And we are back with yet another episode of Bad Rolls. Apologies for the delay, audience. Technical difficulties with getting the stream to go live. But, as you can see, we are very much now live. So we're going to bring the cast out, getting through the announcements, and then we're going to recap. Oh, look, all your cameras are working. Hello, cast.
Hello!
Hey.
And that is a beautiful scene with just your face in it, I'm just saying. It
Courtesy of
emphasizes your
Cat and
glory.
Flint. The DM scene.
I'm not sure if macking up to the DM will help you.
Well, I have to
Right.
try.
Doesn't
might.
hurt.
After I peed off that other DM of that other game I played, and he basically wailed on me for the first hour of the show.
Oh my.
I'm doing everything I can.
So, any announcements from any of you?
Well, as usual, we do Kevin's table after this. I'm going to be having who is it this week? It's Eric McKetton, Athogen, Jake Acapella, Nubifier, and there's one other person, and I feel horrible for forgetting their name.
Mystery guest.
Mystery guest.
And Mituachi. So Mitauchi, whatever. Yeah.
Tachi.
So it's gonna be cool thing. We'll be talking more, Star Citizen such. So feel free to stop by.
Turns out there's a lot of Star Citizens to talk about lately.
Yeah, suddenly there's lots of stuff to talk about.
I'm shocked.
Not that
Look,
shocked.
look at my stunned face. Anything else from anybody else here?
No?
Well, I'm getting warmed up for PAX, which starts on Friday. Where's my Friday? Friday. I'm very excited. So if anyone's going to be at PAX Prime, keep your eye out for me. I shall be there for the whole weekend. Look forward to meeting people. Anyone who's going to be there. Also, it means I won't be streaming as normal next weekend. I'll be trying to squeeze in some streams, but mostly I'll be periscoping and other similar random mobile broadcasting from the show floor. So I hope to see some people there.
That is most excellent. Also, be on the lookout because I'm going to work with Flint to see if we can implement this for a possible help or hinder next week or the week after. No, 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. In order to try and get any last minute funding necessary for anyone for CitizenCon or TwitchCon for the whole team, so that maybe we can one-shot together if we have time. If not, we're at the very least going to make sure we do a meetup and hang out, and if there's any fans of Bad Rolls that happen to be at either of the conventions, of course, you'll be able to say hi to many of us and talk to us about our characters and where everything came from and DM ideas.
Yes,
And
maybe
also-
get some secret hints at the backstory. No spoilers. A quick admin note: can you move Carrick's portrait up down in the order to below the overlays, please?
I would say, you can learn more about how Garrett makes you feel beautiful.
Whoops. Okay.
Yeah, he'll touch you inappropriately, is what he's saying.
Yeah, it's
There
Yeah.
you go.
I have a salve for that. So
There's only one person who's just salve right now, and that's Carrick.
no,
As we'll find out in the recap.
oh yeah, definitely.
Right before we get into the recap,
I-
something Flint announced last week. Do not forget about the fan art contest going on.
Oh,
Submit
yes.
Yeah.
Submit that fan art to either
That
the
thing we totally didn't forget about.
Discord
Yeah, so
or
at the
to
start
the
of the
Bad
stream,
Rolls hashtag.
at the start of the stream, you saw some of the awesome fan art we had so far. Note, the winner won't be picked based on artistic talent. It's the content, the humor, and the art. There's lots of factors that go into the selection.
Or drama.
Or
Yeah,
could be
drama,
drama.
which may also be just a name pulled out the hat. So be in it to win it.
We
So,
just want
yes,
your
use-
awesome fan art.
Hashtag Bad Rolls on Twitter, or get into the Bad Rolls Discord where you can talk to all of us. We're all in there.
I would say Twitter and Discord.
Oh my.
I know.
I do
I know.
believe-
Two
Crazy,
things?
I know it's difficult, but we have the options, which is amazing.
right? It could Toys R Me. You could win it all.
You could win it all with your paint skills.
And it's some sort of secret D&D based prize.
It is.
I don't even know what it is. Flint
It's so
announced it, and I'm
secret, even I
like,
don't
what?
know.
We're doing? Okay.
he doesn't even know. Just
Yeah, even the DM doesn't know it's that secret.
it's a trip to Disney World.
Oh.
No.
That's so kind of
I'm
you.
going to enter this contest. I will pick myself to win. No, we are not eligible.
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
Anyway.
man.
We cannot do that.
Time to recap. So, on the previous episode of Bad Rules, the Minotaurs found themselves looking over an underground goblin city, besieged by the forces defending it in a tunnelway that had led them down there, slick and slippery from rainwater that had been running in from above from a heavy thunderstorm and pushing its way through these caverns that were underneath the forest to the west of Mealbell. Many a scuffle happened with large winged reptile-like beasts, hooked tails, one of them shockingly obliterated as its head was cleaved straight off by Flint in a furious rage. However, it seems that someone either higher ranking or in charge of this underground city appeared, riding a much larger version of Beast, pushed into the tunnelway after the Minotaurists, showing them magic they had not yet experienced, something far more powerful than they expected. Deciding to flee, and in the last moment of this fight against them, the much larger, lankier goblin wearing a crown let loose a extremely powerful fireball, collapsing that section of the tunnels, burying several of the Minotaurs halfway. As they were attempted to be freed, they were buried further, almost suffocating. Carrick, at the very last moment, with a clever thought, decided to use a thunder wave from under the rubble to attempt to push himself out, skidding back up the tunnelway. He finds himself now badly beaten and unconscious, several others injured, many spells out and used, people running low on ammunition. So we pick up where we left off. The Minotaurus hurt, beaten down, and in that tunnel, not knowing what's going to happen next.
Sorry.
Carrick has the best ideas.
Carrick is unconscious.
Yeah, but he has the best ideas.
Flint's was doing the bend dance.
Yes. I'm very saddened by his death.
Am I the only one not like super hurt? I am the only one not super hurt.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I'm
Angel's
hurt.
not.
I'm fine.
I was doing fine, and then now I don't know what happened.
I think Zangos was the only one who had the sense to get the hell out of the way properly.
So we have Carrick lying unconscious on the ground after nearly killing Iski, Flint, and Raven
And I think
With
we should
his-
leave him.
with his mad explosion escape.
Just leave him.
Yes.
I'm just gonna have
He's
a
laying
listen
there
to the
unconscious,
rockfall.
bleeding.
Sorry, I'm just gonna have a listen to the rockfall, see if I can make sure they're not trying to get through after us.
Roll me a perception check.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Okay.
It's my new
with
dice.
your keen ability to work within mountains and caverns, you listen very closely, leaning up towards the rocks. You can hear through the other side the claws scraping, going further away, and just for a brief second you hear of large wings just buffeting air down the tunnelway, just finding its way through the cracks. However, what you do notice on top of that is the sound of cracking. And as you look up, you can see the ceiling is starting to split a little bit further, and it is not exactly the most stable section of tunnel at this moment. The chances of it collapsing further are extremely high.
All right, lads, we got to get out of here.
Yep, that's
But
clear.
The goblins have gone, but this roof's going to collapse on us.
Yep, let's go.
help me with Carrick.
I'm not helping.
I just
I will-
took Carrick over my shoulder.
I lay my hands on his chest, and by chest, lay my hands, of course, I mean I grope his chest, and I'm gonna go. Sayone,
I'm gonna start.
he is an
heading out.
idiot, but he is a useful idiot.
Good.
Please spare him from dying. And I cast spare the dying, which is he doesn't have to do death saving throws, but I can't heal him.
Yep. So you're at 0 HP character, still unconscious, but you don't have to roll to see if you end up dead. So that's good.
Cool, so I throw him over my shoulder and start making my way up the cave away from danger.
Yeah, I follow Flint.
Yep, I've been
Bloody
walking.
bard. Always getting us in the bother.
All right. Taking your time now, walking up the tunnelway, you get a couple 100 feet before you hear behind you. And you, looking back, see dust starting to fly up the tunnel as another section of that ceiling has caved in.
All
About
right.
50 feet worth of tunnel. So the
Well, we
rocks
ain't
are
going back that
150
way.
feet behind you now.
Let us return to the spot we came into this tunnel.
See here.
Perhaps we can get out there. Maybe.
Continuing up the tunnelway, you find yourselves back up the same path as there weren't any side branches or turns. It was pretty steep slope at points, but you make your way finally to that large room you were in. When you arrive there, you notice that the thunderstorm above has died down. The rain's coming down more at a slower pace now, but it is still raining, still very dark above, but there is that large hole with the central area with that white powdery dust that you know to be the sort of bone dust of the cage that you'd fallen in previously. You have the passageway on your left, which goes southward. Or, I'm sorry, northward. So, to the left takes you back north. That is where you came from originally. And to the right is a passageway to the south. And then this large cavernous room with the bodies of goblins and trolls. The trolls having been burnt by Zangulus before you took off on this this westward jaunt.
I do not know about the rest of you, but I do not want to risk seeing more of our goblin friends on
You
this trip,
I don't care about the goblins. They're them big bloody dragons.
Yeah.
whatever they were. I would rather not have to deal with this.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like a long time ago. Long time ago.
We didn't find that troll, though. The one that's been harassing the local populace.
I think it's okay.
We
I think
killed
we just
at least 3 trolls.
go. I don't think we're equipped for this right now. Let's just go.
This is
Right.
more of a more than we signed up for. We came looking to try to deal with the local populace, and we found a goblin city with flying dragon things. I think this is a situation we need to make sure that the country knows. But first, we need to get to where we were going to go in the first place to help these swamps.
Well, to be fair, first we have to deal with this carcass on my shoulder, because I ain't lugging him all the way across the world.
I'm not.
Let us get
Yeah.
to someplace that's safe,
At the
away
very
from
least.
the flying dragon things.
Yeah, we should rest, find somewhere safe, and recoup.
them dragon things ain't pulling us up here. That cavern's well and truly collapsed. Now, I do think we should come back later.
Oh no, for sure. We come back later
Okay.
after we've
You guys,
killed,
you come back
killed the
later.
god, and then we will lay waste to the entire place.
Because
Yeah,
well,
okay,
at least we got to tell someone, because that's an old bloody army down there. There were billions of them.
Just waiting underneath the earth for to rise up and consume everyone. We need to deal with it, but for not right now, we need to go rest. We think we're gonna need to go deal with these bandits in the south, and then continue our way to the swamps.
Yeah, the swamps.
The swamps. This is what we were doing in the first place.
What we're supposed to be doing.
All right.
Going to the swamps.
Now, how are we getting out of this hole? Is my rope still there? Is my rope still there?
No, I think we undid the rope,
Okay.
so we can
This is a different hole than the one that had the rope.
A different hole, is it?
we can
There's a lot of
continue
holes
to
around here.
You fell into the first one, then you chased the troll southward through the tunnels, and then you came upon this room, which had a half-smashed troll body, several pasted goblins. The troll body's now burned to a crisp, and so this room is further south than the initial one that had the rope. And no, you didn't undo that one because you all used it to get down.
Oh,
That
okay.
was still
How
tied to
far down
the
in
tree
this hole
above.
are we?
It's
Can we climb up out of it?
not.
Am I big enough that
without
everybody
some-
could pile on and I could take turns like reaching up and pulling myself up and out with people
The
on my
edge
back?
is 35, 40 feet above you.
So no.
It's a 20-foot around hole, and it's about 35, 40 feet above.
Let's see. I think we might need some magic.
Well, we need to do something with this lump. How high is the hole?
35, 40 feet.
It's a deep hole.
So I'm thinking it's like
The
5
big old
feet.
cavern.
Oh, I can throw him that far.
Even you have an idea of how far it is because you can see it. So you can
Yeah.
be like that. That's about
That's tall.
chucking your toes. That's like multiple me's tall.
Yeah. About the height of an oak.
Well, maybe. Let's see. 6 feet. No, there's.
I feel like I'm going to reference things by things these days.
How the hell are we gonna get out of this hole?
Well, I could tie a rope to the short stuff here and chuck him up.
I'm okay with these.
Anybody have a grappling hook?
I am fresh
Yeah, we have.
out.
It's this offling here.
Fresh out.
This is okay with me. If you can throw me up, that is fine. But
Okay.
didn't we have another entrance that we could
I
go
mean,
to?
it worked behind the house back in whatever that town were.
Yes, it did. It
I
did.
chucked him over the fence.
It worked.
We should try it. I mean, let's give it a shot.
But before we do that, can I use a perception to see if the walls, see if there's any kind of roots or anything else sticking out of the cavern walls or kind of handholds and such? Grakees?
Yeah. Yeah. You can go ahead and take a look around to see if there's anything.
15?
Looking around, you do see some root work and some areas of the cavern wall that, with stone, you could climb. However, because it's a domed cavern, you would be able to climb the wall to a point, and then looking up, you don't really know how you would get across the rest of the ceiling to the opening of the hole.
Okay. And we're still at the place that we saw the burned of the original cavern, not the original cavern, but the first cavern we came upon when we went off on that little side passage.
Yes, that's where you
Okay.
are right now.
My friends, let us go back to the original place we came into the hole from. This is not the original hole. This is the hole that we heard that, and then we went and found bad places.
I want to have a little search around the room, see if we can find anything interesting, but also see if my knowledge of caverns and stuff, see if I can determine if there's any other paths that might be leading up more towards the surface.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check. With advantage.
Yay!
On this.
Crap. Open my character sheet. Why do I keep forgetting to open my damn character sheet? Give me 2 seconds. Okay. The dice are with me today.
Another nat 20.
No, I got it's both dice. I rolled a 17 and a 19.
Jeez.
You're rolling like you
Investigation,
did
that'll
on
be
that
18.
other show.
That other
All right.
show, I sucked hard. I was rolling more 1s and 2s and 3s and anything.
Oh, when I tuned in, it was like 20, 20, 20. Anyway. All right.
Oh, that was the rerolls.
So 18 because of your minus.
Yeah.
Looking around the cavern, you're able to sifting through the bone piles. Don't find anything too particularly useful. You do, however, find a quiver that was on the back of someone, and it does appear to have a number of arrows in it. You find a couple of generic dagger-like weapons down there, a javelin, and about 10 gold pieces worth of coin.
Cool. I stick the coins in my pocket. And, hey, Zangular, you need some more arrows? Got some over here, mate.
I mean, I've got 20. Raven, didn't you run out of arrows?
I mean, I will never say no to more arrows, but I restocked at the last town we were in.
How many you got after that last fight, though?
I've got like 30.
Oh, all right, I'll take them. More than
Zangla,
me.
she only fired like 2 or 3 of those arrows.
That's true.
I was
She was using-
paying attention to the.
She was doing the
big
spells,
teeth and the
fancy spells.
So-
we need to find a place where I can do more fancy spells, so I can get make useless face here, from being dead.
Yeah,
So 10 coins, some arrows, and what else?
A javelin.
A javelin and a couple daggers.
Oh.
Couple of daggers. Daggers. Are
Generic
these
daggers.
stabby or throwy?
You can do both. With daggers,
You can do both. Daggers are either or.
These look like your sort of thing, Raven.
I will take those. Thank you. How many were there?
2.
2? Okay. I tuck them into places.
Now your second question. In the cavern, you notice that the tunnel that you came from, definitely a downward slope. Now that you've been down there and you're paying attention to it, heads downward. Thinking about it for a second, maybe I should have checked that first. But the 2 other paths, the one heading back north where you came from and the one going south, neither of them go upwards towards the surface. It's almost like a network of honeycombed tunnels and passages, a good, 30 feet plus underground that are pretty level. And looking at it a little bit more closely now, while some of it seems natural, it's like it's been worked on just a little bit at edges here and there to widen it and make it useful. So something has been digging this out for a time.
What's the plan?
Well, I may be able to climb out of here,
Really?
but I don't know for sure. I've got these climbing pythons that I can
Wait,
tap into the wall.
Wait.
But
I have seen how quickly that Iski can run.
This
Can
is
you
true.
also jump?
I don't think I can jump as
Well,
quickly as I can run.
I can definitely throw an halfling.
So we have three options. We can throw the halfling,
For the halfling.
but if you throw the halfling and he gets killed, there's no one left to res anybody.
And I'll get some bloody peace and quiet.
And Iski, because you're still new to some of the abilities in the game, I'll let you know. Step of the Wind doubles jump distance.
Excuse
Ooh.
me. Well, why wouldn't I do that? I think I need to do some jumping. Guys, I got this. I got this. Can I do that?
Before you got this, make
Yes.
sure that
You
you
can
have a
always try.
rope so you can throw it down to give
Yes.
us.
Let's tie like 2 ropes to her if we can. So if we fail on one, then we're not screwed.
Just put it around the midsection here. Mine's the tail.
All right. Use up one of your key points and roll me in athletics. Let's see if you can jump this.
I can do it. That's my
You
20
can do it.
seconds.
do it!
I can do it. I will do it. Come on, come on, come on. We gotta get out of this. Two.
You can't do it.
Five.
Plus your athletic
see-
score, which is like what, 2?
Yeah, plus your athletics.
2, 4. It's a really good score, I think.
So
4. Let's do
you
this.
see Iski getting ready. You see her focus for a second, like she has many times when you saw her hands light on fire, when she's taken off like a bolt of lightning down a hallway. She focuses, jumps, and goes about 3 feet off the ground and then lands.
This is not
Do
working.
not ask the dragon to try to fly.
This
That
is
is
not
that is
working.
that is
Ah,
that's what I have learned.
not working. Dang it. I don't want to be in here any longer. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Let's throw the halfling as the last resort. Raven, do you think you
Second
can climb?
option?
I can make an attempt to climb, yes.
Okay.
Wait. Are you a good
Okay.
climber? Because I know Flint is a good climber.
Better climber than Iski, apparently.
Jumper. Thank you.
I'm a better tosser than I am a climber.
I'm all for tossing the.
Okay,
also
I'm
tossing
dead,
as well.
but
We're going
nobody's
to
gonna
get
jump on that.
I am okay with tossing. Sorry.
What were you saying, Carrick?
I'm dead, but nobody's gonna jump on that.
Throw you up?
No.
That toss.
I
Yeah.
roped the dead
Over
body.
your shoulder, Flint, you just hear this very light, pained whisper, phrasing, and then the head rolls back over.
It's fine. It's fine.
So, Raven, you think you can get up and then drop a rope? Maybe
Yeah.
tie it off somewhere?
Yeah. Theoretically.
Theoretically,
Just in case. Maybe I should carry everybody's gold up to the top to make sure that it's safe.
Nope. No.
yes, that sounds like a good idea. Let us give you the hundreds of pounds of gold that we have that will weigh you down so that when you inevitably fall, you break everything and die.
Yeah.
This is
But at least I won't die broke.
It'd probably be a better idea if you left all of your stuff with us so that you'd be lighter, so that when you get up there, you can hoist it up.
Hmm. Maybe.
I don't trust this.
I'll just try to climb it. I don't
Okay.
All right.
don't need
So
any extra
what
stuff.
are you attempting to climb?
I have these pythons in my bag.
Okay.
I have 10 of them. So I'm just gonna try to jam them into the wall and hoist myself up and just kind of climb my way up.
Okay, because it goes from wall to ceiling to opening. So you would have to climb
fun.
also on either you'd be up essentially hanging from it all four, or you would have to sort of monkey bar it somehow with the pythons at the same time. They're 40 feet in the air, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. So it's sloping wall up to a roof and then the giant hole opening.
We could just go back to the place where we were before.
I need to roll an intelligence check right now.
Are you going to throw me up there?
I rolled
think we
19. Good.
should.
Okay.
I think we should.
So in this, the frustration building at this lack of action and success, I just screw this, and I just grab a rope. I shove it in Garrett's hand. I pick him up and fling him.
Oh, God.
I don't even think to tie. I just stick it in his hand. Hold this.
Roll me just a pure strength roll.
Come on, come on, come on. This is going to be a hard thud.
We have pure strength with modifier. Yeah,
Yeah,
modifier.
it's roll plus your strength modifier.
21.
All right.
Yes.
Grabbing onto Garrett.
What?
You stuff a rope into his hand. Garrett, are you fighting this as it's happening?
No, I'm just confused.
Okay.
Flint is never this.
You
This is
feel
forward.
yourself pulled up off of your feet, swung backwards through the air as he's grabbing onto the collar of your armor and up a little bit up from underneath.
That's why Flint is very, very forward today.
So it's a little bit of a whoo moment. You feel yourself swung backwards, flings forward, you go sailing through the air. Flying 30, 40 feet up now. You're coming up on the edge. You might be coming up a little bit short. I need you to roll me a dexterity roll.
This is gonna suck.
Do you have any daggers? Just jam them into the wall.
Reach your hands out.
Oh my God. I think it's a 20. No, it's an 18. It's an 18. It's an 18.
It's an 18.
Yeah.
Get up to the edge. Your hand goes up and you just grab onto the edge of some sort of
Yes.
rope or vine. You are one-handed dangling there with the rope behind you, dragging to the ground. So you've got a rope in one hand and your other hand on this vine.
All right. I'm going to drop the rope because I don't want to do that. You can throw the rope up to me.
The point is, you anchored the rope. Shove it in your mouth.
How am I going to anchor the rope when I'm dangling?
Stop talking. Just go.
Put the rope in your mouth and
yeah.
pull yourself up.
It's a good idea.
Get up there.
You already
I take the
dropped
rope
it.
and I put it in my mouth and just and then try to climb my ass up.
You got it. You got it.
How far am I like only like a ledge up sort of thing, or is it like a serious climb to the top?
It's you're sort of hung over the edge and you don't have a good view, so you don't know how much further you have to drag yourself up to be on completely solid ground.
Here goes nothing. I'm
You've
gonna try
got
to climb.
your hand above the edge, but you don't know how much that slopes on you or is slick up there.
So I
athletics.
I take the rope in my mouth and I do like it's athletics.
I'll let you
but
take it in your mouth, but beware next time because you said you dropped the rope.
I can drop the rope still if that's okay.
I'll let you keep it in your mouth for now, just
Okay.
because you guys would throw it up eventually anyway. But just letting you all know, beware. When you say that you're doing an action, the actions happen.
Because my thought was, if I drop the rope, then at the very least, Raven could mage hand it up to me.
Yeah. Or arrow or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
It'll be fine.
I would mage hand it up like 3
That's
feet away from dangle it.
that's an 18. 16
Athletics.
plus 2. Athletics.
You get your second hand up while you're holding the rope. You start to pull yourself up and find yourself coming up out of this hole. Roll me a perception check.
13.
You pull yourself up out of this hole, and as you're pulling yourself up, you come face to face with the forest floor, and you find yourself dragging yourself up onto the forest floor.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, that went unexpectedly well.
See?
You guys
Double
rolled high.
Can I try to attack the forest floor? I've never heard this creature before.
Someone's a little disoriented.
Roll me an
Can I
attack roll now.
Can I sneak attack the forest floor?
You're not a rogue. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
That's
And first, before you do that, roll me just roll me a wisdom roll.
Wisdom is 17.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your attack roll.
That would be a 16. Oh, I'm sorry, 16. Yeah, 16.
All right. You come up out of the hole, frustrated at everything that's happened, jubilant at being alive and thrown up to the top and not having taken a long fall back down when you were tossed unexpectedly. Annoyed at Flint for doing that without telling you, but loving the fact that he did it at the same time. And in your jubilation, you grab your maul, you swing it down, but then you stop yourself just short before smashing it into the forest floor, realizing, oh wait, this is a thin cavern top. If I did that, that might have been really bad. And stop yourself just a hair from doing it. That little voice in the back of your head got you just barely.
I was gonna do it. All right, can I find a like a big rock or a tree that's nearby that I can try to tie it off on?
Oh, there are plenty of trees around here.
Like right next to the hole or anything like that?
Yeah, the hole is fallen in amongst like a small clearing, almost like these clearings were set up as possible traps. Now that you're seeing the next clearing, almost the same as the first one, and it's surrounded by plenty of trees. You can easily find one within short distance.
I shout down, Flint, I am not dead.
Much the shame. Good.
But tell me before you do that in the future.
You don't want to go off of action. I just wanted to get it done.
At the very least, you could have tied the rope to me instead of making me doggy it up here.
It worked, didn't it?
All right, I'm gonna take some time to tie it off. Like take a good amount of time to make sure that the rope is secured on the tree, that it's tight. Like I'm not leaving anything to chance.
All right, you take a good few minutes just to make absolutely certain that this is tied off, as well as you know how to tie a knot. It's not hard being an adventurer. You've got some basic knot knowledge. So as far as you can tell, this rope is secure. How long of a rope was it that you gave him?
It was 50 feet, I think.
Yeah,
50 feet of rope?
But my ropes are 50 feet.
Yeah, most of the rope lengths that are available in the
50 feet of rope.
Okay, I was just making absolutely certain it was 50 feet that you got, because there are some shorter ones.
Yeah.
Just in case. So, you're 10 feet off the hole, you throw the rope down, it's long enough with that extra 10 feet, it reaches all the way to the ground, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
I shut down.
You all now have
It's
a rope
tied
hanging
off. Probably should have Flint come up first.
Well, actually, I'll this carcass might as well come up first, so I tie it to the bottom of the rope. Pull him up.
Okay. I try to pull him up.
Roll me just a strength check.
14.
It takes you a good 10 minutes because it's dead weight at the end of a rope. It's a good amount of
Yeah,
dead
emphasis on
weight.
dead.
As you
bloody
drag
work.
him up, you get him to the top. You're sweaty from this. The rain's coming down, making the rope a bit slick. So it's tough to not drop him back down. But eventually you do get him up and onto the forest floor, drag him back by the tree. And so now Carrick's up there with you in the rope.
As I put him by the tree, I slap him a little bit. You are an idiot. And then I go back down. Carrick is fine. I mean, he's still Carrick, but he's fine. Come on up.
Okay.
I throw the rope back down.
So I climb myself up there.
All right. Go ahead and roll me in athletics. What'd you get?
13.
13's enough. The rope's a little bit slick, but you take your time, hand over hand. It does take you longer than you'd like. You're used to being tough and strong, but you do make it to the top eventually. So it takes you a good few minutes, but you do make it.
I'll go next.
Nah, I want to get out of here. I'm going next.
Okay.
Athletics
If
check.
you want.
Yep, I do.
Well, if you want to tie up, I'll pull you up.
Yeah, well, why don't we let Zangulus come up? Because Zangulus is a better climber than all of us.
Yeah, I'm ready to get out of here. I think I'm coming up now.
Are you okay? I Jeez.
Let her go
I
first. I'm keeping an eye on the tunnels.
I
right,
lean
let's
over
go.
to Flint and I go, too gold that she falls.
Is this rope gonna hold me?
Yes.
Let's go.
Roll me an athletics check.
Who, me or them pulling?
Oh,
I thought you were climbing. If you wanted us to pull,
Oh, I thought you were pulling.
we can pull.
Yeah, I think you should try to pull.
Okay. So Flint, I guess you and I are pulling her up.
Yep.
I'll let
I'm gonna-
Flint be the primary in this one, and I'll support him, so he
all
can do
right. So
advantage.
Flint, it's athletics advantage.
That would be a
If you have
22.
proficiency in it.
This should go
Easily
fine.
enough now, especially with your help, Garrett. He grabs onto the rope and just quickly, you find yourself being tugged up. Roll me a quick strength check.
Who, me?
Iski. Yeah.
Oh. I rolled a 19.
You're fine.
Okay.
The rope's a little bit slick and you didn't tie yourself off in the haste to try and get the hell out of there, but you managed to keep your hold on the rope the entire way up. So now you're up out of the hole, just Zangulus and Raven left down below.
My turn.
You want us to pull you up?
Sure. I'll
Leave?
tie myself a knot.
Fine by me, go. All right, just give me another athletics with advantage, Flint.
That would be 25.
Even easier than with Iski. Raven, you're pulled out of the hole fast enough that you actually kind of go up and land on your feet as
Cool.
you're pulled up and out.
Thanks, guys. All right, let's go.
Hey!
I'm just kidding.
I
Calm
toss
yourself.
the rope back down. Zangulus, do you want us to pull you up, or can you get up on your own?
As you're saying that, you kind of look down to talk to him, and you notice he's already halfway up the rope.
I wanted to insult his manhood, but apparently I cannot do that.
Yep. He climbs up as fast as you pulled Raven up. He climbs the rope and is up and out of the hole. I rolled a nat 20 for him.
It's also Zangulus, who's like, since our first encounter with ropes, he has been
The only
master
one
of
that
ropes.
is good
Yeah.
with ropes. Yes. Climbs his
All
way
right.
up and out. You find yourself in the forest again. Not exactly sure where in the forest, but it's the same types of trees.
It's night, right?
At this point, it is starting to become night. Before, when you were out here, it wasn't night in the forest when you were tracking. You were tracking during the day.
During the day, and I thought I turned night when because we did an extended rest in the hole, and then we went down.
Let's see, because you went down today.
We did an extended rest because it was during the day, and then we
It was evening. It's dusk.
it's dusk.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so I look over towards. I say we cannot go to the clearings because if you look around, the clearings
Yeah, it's
are
dusk.
where the traps are. So we need to go to the woods and we need to rest. Let's find a nice shady spot under a rock or something.
Or a tree.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I'm
yeah,
alright with that.
the sky's being lit up by intermittent flashes of lightning still, distant rumblings of thunder. Clouds seem still somewhat there, but not as bad as before. Very dark for those of you that... Wait, all of you have dark vision, don't you?
Not
I
me.
think so. Ah.
I don't even have low light vision. I don't think halflings do have any kind of vision.
Thought
Bonus.
halflings had dark vision in this in 5.
Nope. They had it in the second edition. They don't have it in...
Well, you'd know that part of your character sheet. I can't remember everything for you guys.
I'll look-
All right, so
I'll look
for
it
you,
over.
Garrett, it's super, super dark here. For everyone else, you can see decently. As the lightning flashes, it gives you a better view of the forest, but with your dark vision, you can make out details about 45 feet away, though black and white.
Yeah, no dark vision. The one thing I do have is saving throws, advantage in saving throws from being frightened.
Well, that's good to know. Always
Yeah.
good to know. All right, so what are you guys doing? You're back into the forest.
Just go to the forest and rest. I need some time to prepare the healing salves to get the idiot to wake up.
Good luck.
So,
And all of us need to rest because I know that we've been using a lot of spells and I am exhausted. So I know you all are exhausted.
Absolutely. Beat.
Yeah,
just
almost
that.
dying kind of takes it out of a person.
Right?
The Thunderwave
Sure.
was actually Carrick's last spell.
Carrick's roboting.
Yeah, he was a little bit for me too.
Well, I'm a robot now.
Robot. Anyway, so I just start leading them into the woods and try to find. I'll use perception to try to find a place that has like a little bit of like more forest covering, so it's not as wet.
All right, roll me perception with disadvantage.
I rolled a 1, but I'm going to use lucky, which is my ability to re-roll that 1. Not as good. Still 5.
You start to look around for places that are more dry and realize you can't see shit out here.
I cast light on my shield.
The rest of you all of a sudden now see the forest light up bright around you. You actually hear just off in the distance, naturally, the scattering of bushes and branches snapping as some sort of animals take off from this all of a sudden beacon of light now out here. You just kind of hear a next to you. This way. Pulls his hood up a little bit further, grumbles a little. Just starts walking off into the forest. Sees Zangulus head that way.
I follow Zangulus.
Yeah.
As will I.
Same here.
I have no choice.
Did anyone get him?
Following,
Yeah, who's carrying Carrick? Just leave him by the tree.
Nobody.
I'll go back and get Carrick.
Just drag him by the heel.
Yep.
how are you carrying him?
Why are you carrying him?
Because no one else was carrying him. So, over my
We
head.
went to all the trouble to get him out, so I suppose we should bring him with.
I was going to show him.
Flint,
throw him
you
over the
follow
shoulder,
off
but-
after Zangulus. You look back, hearing as you can see Garrett now carrying Carrick over his head.
I'm surprised. I'm actually like a giant half elf, so
So I'm bench pressing you.
Fighter
I just
strength.
follow being amused. I
All
could
right.
help him. but I won't.
Walking now 15, 20 minutes, winding through the woods, though Zangulus ahead of you is finding quick paths. It doesn't seem to slow you too much. You find yourself coming up to a nice sort of well-covered area where the trees' branches start to overlap, creating multiple natural leaf covers and almost a dry patch on the ground. It's not very large. It's only 10 feet by 10 feet across, so it's just a small little spot amongst the trees. But it looks like it's got low-hanging branches and cover, and there's a dry leaf bed underneath.
All right. So same rotation for sleeping. We have Flint.
Raven,
Huh?
wanna,
He wants you to plant the
clearings,
tree.
this woods,
Oh,
clearings in this wood. Usually, we haven't had good luck.
yeah, okay.
Take a
I'll
look.
check it for trap.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't remember what that is.
For you, it's investigate.
Okay. That makes sense. $14.
Going around the edge of this area, you don't see anything that would lead you to believe that there's something set up for it to collapse inward. You don't see signs of that. You don't notice anything that would be a sign of disturbed leaves for something like a snare trap. So as far as you can tell, this area is just a clearing.
Alright. This one looks good, guys.
Looks good to me too. I am beat.
Flint goes first.
I'm okay with that.
All right, you all walking into the clearing now?
I'm letting Flint go first, and I'll wait until I'll be the last person into the clearing. Let everyone else go in first, just to make sure.
Okay, Flint, you walk in, you step in, nothing happens. It's dry here, actually. It's kind of nice. It's a nice little reprieve. Zangulus just walks in after you, hearing Raven's call. Doesn't seem to be anything happening.
I'll wait till the last person goes in, and then I'll.
All right, everyone else kind of filters into this spot, since you all said that you were doing that. Garrett, you walk in last into this area. Roll me a Constitution roll.
Let's see. Stupid high, but 19.
When you get into that area, all of a sudden, your muscles hurt. You're not exhausted, but oh my god, do they hurt. That was not a great idea, carrying him for the past 20 minutes through the woods over your head.
I mean,
It's one of those situations now where you try to put your arms down, and they just kind of lift back up.
Kind of back up. I walk around with I put Carrot down, but then I walk around like this, going, "Okay, same rotation as we did in the hole. Flint and
Well, I'm gonna light a fire.
Iski we first, then me and Raven, and then Carrick and me and Zangulus, and then Carrick and Raven."
I don't think I can keep my eyes open much longer.
You're gonna leave me the only one awake with a dead man.
I think I need.
I'm okay with this, but are you?
Oh no, I forgot that he's unconscious.
He's your friend.
I'm gonna sit over here. I'm gonna second rotation.
You got okay. I will take
I
first
got it.
watch. I'm tired, but I will take
Dave.
first watch. Everyone else is tired.
Hold on.
I'm just so tired.
Where is it? I've got to roll something real quick. Had to look up spells for someone. All of a sudden you see Zangulus now step over next to Carrick's body, just looks over at you. You're supposed to be the god protects you and us. Never mind, nature will help. You see his hand glowing green for a little bit, and Carrick, you heal for 12 hit points as you feel life come back into your body and you come out of unconsciousness.
Oh god. Oh. God. Hi, what did I miss?
You were dead.
You blew us up, you maniac.
Surprise. And
Made me
I
carry you
was
to the...
buried under rubble.
We were getting to you. We had pulled out Raven. We were going to pull you out, and then you decided to explode yourself.
Obviously not quick enough.
We need you to rejoin the call.
Uh-oh.
You are roboting really hard.
Yeah, so because that's hitting the audience, gotta have him read.
Oh no! No, rip the cameras.
It'll be fine.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
And back to the show. Perfect time. There we go.
First of all, I was buried under rubble, and you clearly weren't fast enough pulling me out of there because I was dying.
You should be grateful that we still have you at this point. We could have left you at multiple points.
I'm surprised you haven't before, so...
We will, well, you're awake now. You've done enough rest. You take first watch.
Oh, gee, thanks.
If you slept for like, I don't even know how long it's been. Hours. You take first watch. Flint can take watch with you. Then I will take with Zangulus, and Iski and Raven can take last watch.
Well, I just died, and apparently I'm on guard duty, so...
You made me carry you for 20 minutes through the freaking forest in the middle of the night.
You just
Fine.
had a nice long nap. You should be fine.
If there's any wolves, I'm not waking you up.
No, Flint will wake us up. Or Flint will eat the wolves.
I'm pretty hungry.
Did you set up that campfire, Flint?
Yeah, I started the campfire.
So I
Finding
go
some
find a spot near the
dry
campfire.
branches, you got
I don't even bother pulling out a bedroll. I just go, or I should just go. I go. It sounds like that because I'm in armor. And as I lay down, I start taking off. I don't even bother like getting up. I'm just like taking the armor off and just like letting it sit on me. I'm like, fuck it. I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Loosen up your armor a bit. Just find yourself comfortable. You can see him stretched out by the fire and just passed out.
I should get
Iski
dice.
finds herself underneath a tree. Meditation pose again.
Now I can
Who's-
roll for perception.
Who's staying up with Carrick?
Oh, it's Flint. We're supposed to do that.
I'll do first, yeah. I do need the rest though. What's Carrick's new
12.
health? 12.
I was just about to say. Yeah.
That's like half my HP.
You find Zangulus sits himself under another tree, just his eyes kind of glaze over, and it's a weird thing with the full elves. They don't really fully close their eyes. They just kind of sit there. You can see the whites at the edge. It's a very odd trance. It's a little unnerving for those that haven't experienced it. You're starting to get used to it at this point, though. So, Flint and Carrick, you find yourselves awake for the first shift. Thunder, rumbling. It starts to come in a little bit louder again, almost like a second storm front. from knowing this area a little bit decently, you know that the stormy part at the end of the summer is coming, as it's going to move to harvest season soon. So the storms are rolling through the night. As you stay up, nothing eventful happens that even catches your attention enough to look around, as far as you know. Did you want to do anything while awake?
Eat. Eat seems good. Being terrified of the forest. And, keep an eye out. Saying as it's my disadvantage of forest, I keep seeing things in the corner of my eye. They're not really there.
And Flint?
Yeah, I'm being a little alert for my time, and I'm just stuffing my face with rations right now. I'm hungry.
All right, the two of you pass the time sitting in silence, though with the occasional yelp from Carrick as he thinks he sees things, or maybe even does see different animals in the woods. Your shift has come to an end.
Hey, I go to bed. If I like, Carrick's shift has come.
Next shift, because we're still asleep. You have to wake us up.
Oh. What? Wait, who's next shift?
It was going to be me and Zangulus.
Okay, I just go over and kick you, and Sango's awake, and I go back to my stump and just fall over and sleep.
You just hear... Fine. Garrett, you get a kick in the side a little bit there. Waking you up from sleep.
Okay.
Just watch time. Just
okay.
Go. I'm gonna go fall over and die again.
I go away from the fire with my cast light on my shield and use it as kind of a spotlight to look through the forest as I'm standing up. Just kind of using it around like a torch, as they say in Europe, as they say in England, torch.
Dangulus is sitting there, looks over at you and goes, if something's tracking us, you do realize that's like 10 times more of a beacon than a small campfire, right?
You do realize that doesn't matter because they would find us with a campfire anyways if something is tracking us in the night.
They might not see the campfire. That's gonna be noticeable for Mott. No, God.
The light, like how light works is it's actually this. It only gives off enough light, the same amount of light as a torch would. So it's only about a 20-foot radius.
Thought it was a little bit brighter than that.
It might be a little brighter. It's DM's discretion in terms of because I'm focusing it on the shield, so the shield's reflecting the light. But
yeah, because usually when I do it with a shield, it works more like a floodlight.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but still,
I
don't know. It would be like 30 feet.
Yeah, because it's normally a 20-foot radius around a central area, but because you're focusing it off the front, it basically makes it a flashlight capable of essentially making daylight 40 feet out from you.
Yeah, so 40 feet.
So,
this clearing is like, what, 40 feet long or about 50
10
feet?
10 by 10. So for 40 feet out into the forest, it's like the sun is up.
Jeez.
That's not gonna mess with the nocturnal wildlife at all.
Go to sleep.
So yeah, I'm like, I do not care. I cannot see. Maybe I can signal for help. Just go into your trees, Angulus.
Yeah, it's bright. It's considered bright light and then dim light for another 20. So it's 20-foot radius. But for you, it's 40 feet of bright light. So basically, it's like the sun's up for 40 feet and then another 40 feet of dim light.
Dim light. So I can see everything.
Yeah, it works great. Great to cast a really bright light out there. Yeah, it works perfect for it.
Hey, you know what? I can dazzle somebody because if they see the light and they go, ah, bright light, and they can't see me, then their night blindness is gone. So then I move the light away, and they're like, ah, what? Now I can't see anything.
Carrick, I want you to roll me a just roll me a wisdom roll real quick.
What's my puzzle wisdom? 15.
Okay, just wanted to know.
Okay.
All right, so you're up with Zangulus. You've got your shield up. After an hour of your watch, out of the approximately 3 hours that you will be on watch, the light fades.
From the shield?
Yep.
Yeah, but it's getting towards the middle of the night, right? Right now?
See. It'd be about 1 a.m. at this point.
Okay. I go make sure the fire is still, like, you know, I go grab some, like, sticks and, you know, branches and such, and I go tend the fire, make sure the fire's still going, and I won't bother with the shield until it gets up to there a little bit later. I look up, and I figure Zangulus in the trees, right?
You actually notice he's on the ground, back up against a tree, but his bow's out at the ready.
Why aren't you in the tree?
The cover.
Oh,
Be able
you
to see
cannot
a
fire
damn
now.
thing from up there.
Right. I
You
start
guys
singing.
really need to learn more about terrain if we're going to be travel. This
I know
doesn't-
swamps. I do not know trees.
Okay, well, I know woods. You know swamps.
Yeah.
That'll help. A swamp?
Hmm?
Are you from a swamp?
Yes and no. You see, I do not talk about where I really came from before I was when I was a younger man. I definitely did a lot more of the shady things. I conned many people out of their monies so that I could live very, very good lifestyle. But at the end of the day, I don't like talking about what I did before that.
We all have something in our past.
It has more to do with my focus on serving Sayune. The Sayune is what gave me the second chance to heal and make right what I did wrong. So,
Well, we'll talk more. I have a feeling we're going to be working together for a while, so...
we have to murder a god. So I hope we are working together for a while. Listen, he is a jackass, and he needs to die. You cannot tell me that Ali Demarius is not an asshole.
He is, but he's a god. He'll probably kill us. I don't want to die
Maybe
yet.
I will find a way. I will.
Oh, good luck. The fire is tended further. It's
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep a
well.
lookout from walking around the campsite. I'm going to check my personal belongings and make sure that I have everything. So to see if Raven may have taken anything when I was sleeping.
I've been asleep.
Okay, but it just takes some time to check myself, and then
Before you wreck yourself.
before I wreck myself, and just basically just keep watch for that. Keep quiet.
So you inspect your belongings, and as far as you can tell, nothing that you had put into your packs or carried on you is missing.
All right. So, and when we get closer to the end of the shift, like maybe like 30 minutes left, I'll talk to Zangulus. So if you need to do any rolling or anything like that.
Nope, no rolls needed. Coming up
Okay.
to the end of the shift. Go ahead. Whatever you
I
want
go up to Zangulus and I say, so I'm sorry about your parents. I know it's been rough, but
Yeah.
and this may suck to ask, and I'm probably inappropriate, but how the hell did you have parents like that? They were halflings, right?
They adopted me.
Oh,
Remember the orphanage?
yes. But they adopted you. Do you know
Yeah.
where you're from? You showed up at the orphanage?
Remember.
Hmm.
Long time ago. Elf, we lived that was like 100 and something years ago.
Yes. I get it. That was so long ago that I wasn't even my parents weren't even born when you were born. I know how this works.
Yeah. But
So,
no, don't. Remember. They were good.
we'll have to find out more about that. There must be a reason why you do not remember.
For another time.
And then I'll spend the rest of the watch silently.
Alright. Rest of the watch is uneventful. Zangulus goes over, he's like, go get some sleep. I can meditate for the last. I'll wake him up. So after
I go. He's gonna wake him up.
he's telling you to just go get some sleep. He's gonna go on watch for another hour, and then he can just meditate for the rest of it, giving them only a 2-hour watch.
Okay. I go
So
back
that
to
you
sleep.
get full rest. You feel a little bit of a nudge from a boot, Flint, and then Iski, you feel the same thing, just sort of a nudge on your side.
I'm awake.
Your turn.
I'm awake. What
Mind if I
happened?
take your tree?
Nope, not at all. It's actually a pretty comfortable tree.
Right, you're on watch. I'm
All right.
gonna zone out.
Thanks. Anything? Any movement?
Nope.
Ooh, okay. All right.
So, Flint, you were nudged awake. Are you actually waking up?
Why was I nudged awake? I already did my shift.
It was Raven and
Oh, it was Raven? Well, I
Yeah.
woke up the wrong person then.
Oh, leave me alone! I'm sleeping here.
Don't make me sit here. Go back to sleep, Flint. I can do it all by
Yeah.
myself.
Are you gonna wake up Raven at this point, or are you gonna...
I got the whole thing by myself.
you should
Okay.
let Raven sleep.
Okay.
This is going to end well.
I'm starting to get bored though, so I'm gonna wake Raven up. Raven, get over here.
So about
Raven.
No.
30 minutes pass of you sitting there, now bored that you were alone. Now you try and wake Raven up.
Raven. I'm gonna throw rocks at her.
Ugh. What? What?
Come here. You gotta help me. You gotta help me on watch.
Watch what?
There's some stuff. Just I need your assistance. Just come over here and sit by me.
Does it have to be by you?
Yep. I mean, not touching me, but just right here. The ground is actually really nice over here.
I'll get out of my bed and shuffle a few feet away and sit down.
Good morning, sunshine.
Don't talk to me.
Go with your sleep. So, I've been thinking, why do you always steal everybody's stuff? I mean, you have so many things, so why do you feel the need to steal things from everyone? I mean, like your friends.
Why do you feel the need to talk this much this early in the morning?
Well, I've been up for a little bit now. And I've just been thinking because I've been sitting here by myself. It's just I find it curious.
Comes with the territory of not having much growing up.
Oh. I guess that makes sense. What's the one thing that you want more than anything else?
To go back to bed, but
Okay, you
that's
can't
not
do
going to
that.
happen.
Second to that, what would it be? Anything. I want a bird, so that's what I want.
I would like a castle.
A castle?
Yeah.
What kind of things would you have in your castle?
All kinds of things.
Like things to sit on?
Sure.
Would you have a bow and arrow room?
Why not?
Could I come over?
Maybe.
How about a garden?
Of course.
I could sit in the garden. So many things. Did you hear anything?
What?
Are you awake? Wake up! Did you hear that?
What are you talking about?
I think I heard something.
All I can hear is you.
Roll a perception check, Raven.
I heard something.
16.
You don't hear anything. I mean, standard rainwater coming down as the storm continues overhead, but is moving off into the distance over to the mountains now.
What's your favorite
Maybe
food?
scurrying animals.
My favorite food?
Yeah.
Potatoes.
Oh, I love potatoes. I haven't had potatoes in a long time. Do you like white potatoes or yellow potatoes? I like all potatoes, really.
I am not partial to the color of my potato.
So any potato will do?
Yes.
That's
I
cool.
judge all potatoes equally.
Oh. Yeah. It was really good talking to you. Get to know you a little bit. Though you don't talk much.
No,
Are you shy?
usually not this early in the morning, but, you know, I don't like talking about myself.
Oh. Are you shy?
No.
We don't have to talk about yourself. We could talk about how we just got out of that awful ass situation. That
Yeah.
was horrible.
That was really annoying.
Yeah, from the get-go, I said, let's go. I said it right from the very beginning. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go down this road. And it happened. This seems to happen a lot to us. But I'm glad we're okay. I'm glad you're okay.
Me too. In some strange way, I guess I'm glad Carrick's okay. We've been through a lot. But don't ever let him know I said that.
You and Carrick?
Well, I mean, we've traveled together for a while, but I feel a need to keep an eye out for my acquaintances.
You guys have known each other a long time.
Yeah.
And you're close?
Not really.
Were you closer once?
Closer before he started throwing rocks at guards, but, you know, stuff happens.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't mean to pry. I've just never heard you talk about him before.
we're business partners, I guess you could say. It's no biggie.
Well, I don't know. Okay. Just business. Okay.
Yep.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, Iski, what made you become a monk?
That's a good question. Well, I was kind of born into it. Yeah, I was born into it. I'm a lot like you, though. I don't like to talk about myself either. Maybe sometime, though.
That's fair. I'll respect that.
Okay. Hey, do you have anything to eat?
I do.
Is it anything
I'll share.
crunchy? Thank you. I would like
Anything
to...
crunchy?
Yeah, I need a crunch. You know?
If you throw something in the fire long enough, it'll become crunchy. I just have regular rations.
I'll take
Rations
it.
are
Although-
crunchy. They're trail mixy.
Okay, good.
That's exactly what I want. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So, as the shift winds on, conversation dies down a little bit, and you two share a ration. You find the sky starting to brighten just a bit as dawn is approaching. Nothing eventful happened through the night. You feel well rested, restored. Definitely not as beat up from everything that had transpired not just but a few hours ago.
I'm glad we made it through the night safely.
Yeah, we needed a rest.
Maybe we should get everybody else up?
Yep. I'll summon my mage hand and slap the sleeping people across the face.
Great
Ah!
idea.
Ow!
Wake up, everybody!
Rise and
That's just-
shine!
It's not how you wake people up, Raven.
Yes, it is.
So she
No,
wakes
it's
them up.
not.
I've been awake for 2 hours. You can deal with it.
I was awake for 3. 2.
How many?
You have no respect for the dead.
No.
Not for
I
you.
Certainly not for you. Well, we're happy to report that nothing occurred during the night. Everything was fine. Not a single problem.
You find all of yourselves full hit points, rested, restored, spells back.
Muscle's probably screaming.
Oh, sore. Very sore.
Everyone's full. Full.
Yep, full health. And Flint, I'll need you to roll a d6.
Okay.
D6.
Yep.
1.
All right.
No recharge on your axe.
Oh.
Damn it.
Once a day, you gotta roll that to see if it recharges.
What do I have to get a 6?
Yeah, you have to get a 6.
Not a 1.
No,
Nope, not a 1. It's not reverse.
it's not reverse. No, you need a 6. A non-exhaustion frenzy rage off of that item it's pretty powerful, so it's balanced out by having to roll the recharge.
Okay. Everyone's health should be regenerated.
Well, Carrick is about as sore as you can get because he died like 3 times yesterday. So he's just gonna get up and start stretching.
You've got a nice hole right through the center of your outfit and
Aw.
armor from that ballista.
I like this little
What
boy.
what armor were you wearing?
Leather.
Okay, it provides 1 less AC now.
Ooh.
Is it
Ow.
leather or pleather?
All right.
Because ballista through the chest, you know, those things tend to do more damage to a person-sized target siege weaponry.
So, is it's like what? Early morning? Like 4 o'clock in the morning, something like that?
Let's see. Went to bed
Wait,
at
who took the
approximately-
ballista? Carrick.
Yeah.
Yep.
14 AC now.
13.
13 AC now.
Yes.
I should 50.
It'd
No.
be, now the sun's actually starting to come up. It's closer to, at this point, about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Because when you got out of the hole, it was about 9. Took you time to wind through the forest, find the spot, set up camp. So it would have been about 10. So it's about 6 or 7 in the morning, right around there. The sky is just becoming a little bit lighter for the little bits of peaks through if you lean further out where the branches aren't so heavy here to catch glimpses of light, but seeing how the sun rose a couple of times now, traveling this direction, you know that the mountains block the sun for a good while in the morning.
You know which way the light's coming from, though, right?
Yeah, you can see the sky starting to brighten in a certain direction. Some degree. East being the direction,
East.
I should say. So
Okay.
west is still very, very dark.
Now we need to go southwest. Now, which way is south?
That way.
Going to lead the way. Southwest, so we can go to find these bandits. Is there a way we can try to find those trees that you saw knocking over earlier? Zengulus.
I mean, I know generally where they were, but hold on. Let me see if I can. All right, so we're under here, so it would be about. I have a general idea.
But let's go to your general idea. We need to take out care of those bandits. So
Okay, we're going straight there then, I guess.
why not? I mean, I am not exactly stealthy, and I don't think most of the crew here is stealthy. I mean, there's nothing really we can do right now, but we can take care of the bandits.
All right. Well, we'll go looking.
Bandits we can deal with. Bandits we have dealt with many times.
Giants, creatures, we cannot.
I'm gonna kill
What's-
a giant.
What's up?
What's marching order? Because Zangulus just turns around, puts his head up, and starts to walk off as you start.
I think generally
Talking about
speaking, it's
giants
Zangulus, Flint, myself,
Raven?
Raven, then Iski, and usually Carrick's leading up the rear.
Aren't I usually in the middle?
It's up to you. I'm just going to be behind Flint, and usually Flint likes to be in front.
Lint,
Yes,
where?
I'm in front.
All right, so Flint's right behind Zangulus. Then we have Carrick, or Garrett, sorry. So we have
Zangulus,
up front.
Flint,
Zangulus,
Garrett.
Flint, Garrett, Carrick, Raven, Iski.
I'll be in back.
Okay, so Raven, Iski, Carrick. Got it. You start following Zangulus as he winds you through the woods. Now the storms seem to have passed, and you can see dark clouds off in the distance and breaks through the trees now as he winds a bit further. Originally, you were thinking he'd go southwest. However, he cuts southeast to almost spend an extra 45 minutes to hit the forest edge, staying a little bit within, but it gives a view out over the honey hills now and out to the mountains, so that almost gives an exit from the forest as he cuts now almost southward. And in traveling for an hour now, 2 hours, 3 hours in, it's a little bit slow going, but the sun is coming up. It's starting to light up the forest again. It's a damp after rain smell. You can smell the leaves that have fallen to the ground, and the underbrush it's sort of that very rich, earthy, fresh forest smell, as well as the smell of the grasses now that are starting to extend across the hills where the flowers have given way to wild grass. And as you keep cutting further and further south, eventually for 5 hours in now, it's coming up upon almost noon. And Zangulus goes, all right, somewhere that way, I think.
Let us go somewhere that way. We knew that it was something like a day's travel, 8 hours to a day's travel from the town. That is what the people said, and that is what the guards had said.
And we cut west, and then we went through, and we were in the tunnels, and I mean, yeah, it's about here somewhere. I mean, want me to climb a tree and check?
Please.
Yes, please.
All right.
Could the rest? Why don't we look around and see if there's been anything in the area? I just kind of say it out loud as I'm looking around to see if I can see any obvious signs of traffic other than us.
Roll me a perception check.
14.
Looking around for obvious signs of traffic, just trying to notice anything. You don't see anything obvious in the location where you are. The grass, from what you can tell, you don't have a great upper view because the grass itself is actually taller than you are. So you don't notice anything disturbed in the immediate vicinity there. You turn around and look through the woods, and you don't see anything like a tree fallen over or, hugely bent branches. Nothing obvious there.
Okay, so I'll wait for Zangulus to come back.
All right. Okay. All right. You hear some rustling in the tree above you as Zangulus pops back to the ground. About an hour walk that way. Well, no, that way, actually.
Do you have any idea where we're going?
Yeah, there's a big spot missing trees that way.
Good, because you keep pointing all directions and saying, you think you know where
I just
going.
climbed down the tree. I got turned around for a half second. You
So
want to
you
climb
do
the
know
tree
where
and
we're
track
going.
for us?
I'd rather not, but thank you for clarifying. Let's go. I don't want to stay here for much longer. I want to get out of this goddamn forest and back to some, real civilization.
Mm.
We're
Well,
going
let
to a
us kill
swamp
these
after
bandits. These bandits in the forest, and then we can
Yeah.
go through the swamps, and then we can find civilization.
Maybe they have some ale as well. We can take.
We can take everything from the bandits. Let us kill
That's
them
my
all
goal.
and take their stuff. That is my point of view.
I need a new armor. So,
Yeah, I can see that. Let's just go. Zangulus, lead the way.
All right. K2 starts cutting southwest that way. Now that I've established that, that's east and that's west, so north, south. Have to just remember that. Starts cutting through southwest, making the travel pretty easy through the forest. It seems to be that he knows forests quite well. He knows where to cut through for different deer paths and where to avoid the really thick underbrush and help you all move through it at a decent pace. So you can actually keep a pretty good pace moving through the woods without getting exhausted, but it's some work. It continues for about what seems to be a good half an hour longer, where the branches are starting to get thicker and thicker, more gnarled together. However, once he gets to that point, he just kind of drops down to one knee and just starts waving his hand for all of you to get down, whether or not you actually are paying attention.
I stop and get down.
Yeah, I'm down.
Listen. Everyone, listen.
Perception?
Yep, everyone perception checks.
4.
5.
18.
4.
Raven and I both hear the same thing.
19.
Okay. So, Flint and Carrick, you notice this. The rest of you, you're like, don't hear anything. It's just the standard sounds of the woods. However, the two of you that rolled higher, you notice a sort of light cracking sound off in the distance, and then it's very faint on the ground, but you feel it. It's a... And the ground shakes just a little bit. Very, very tiny. Almost unnoticeable.
Friends? There's something large heading this way.
Excellent. I hear it too.
I don't hear anything.
How do you know?
I don't think
Do you
so.
not hear and feel that?
You
No,
were
I
just
don't hear
unconscious.
anything.
It's probably something in your addled little brain.
No,
Flint heard it.
I
Flint
can
heard
hear
it.
it too. It's coming. And I kind of want to see what it is.
I'm okay with these.
Yes.
We might as well check it out.
Why do you think I told you all to stop? I noticed it too. I needed them to confirm it. Good.
Is it coming our way? Do we need to prepare?
I think we're okay.
Sit and check for a bit, or we can go further.
Why don't we take positions to defend ourselves? Maybe try to hide a little bit, and then have Zangulus and or Raven, because Raven is really good at not being seen.
Okay.
I mean, laying up an ambush?
I think we're okay.
Yes, but have them both go up and see a little forward and see what's going on, and the rest of us can lay an ambush.
It's not like plans are our forte, but yeah, let's try to.
We
lay
haven't tried an
ambush.
ambush.
All right, so do we know about where it's coming from, Grakees?
You can tell that it's further in the direction you were walking, so further southwest.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very subtle, so it doesn't seem to be getting closer as far as you can tell. The vibrations aren't getting rougher, and the sound is very faint and off in the distance. So it's a good mile away at least. But there's definitely something within a mile of you now. So it's not right up close. But whatever it was enough to shake the ground at a mile, whatever happened.
All right,
Let's investigate.
Just go forward
I don't think there's anything
Yeah.
Okay.
to investigate, you guys. I
carefully.
think
Just try to be sneaky
this
about
is another
it.
one of those situations that we're just gonna all walk into, and then we're gonna get. I mean, I don't hear anything.
They do.
I mean,
I trust Flint's ears.
All right.
hey, I heard it too.
I don't trust Garrett's ears.
Zangulus.
All right.
Yeah. Let us be cautious about the approaching, and we can scope out the situation. Maybe whatever it is won't see us, and then
Is
we can.
this something I might have knowledge of to be able to figure out roughly what it might be based on what I've heard and felt?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Damn you, Grakees!
Ruh-roh.
Minus what now? 13.
Okay. With that, even though you're not good at the fancy book learnings, you've experienced some things in the world. What this is, you're deducting it. This isn't so much a nature check to figure out what it is in nature overall. It's more of a running through a list, a history and general knowledge of things. And you're just like, it's big. You come to the conclusion that it's big. And as of recent, you do remember there's a couple of big things that happened to fight you. It's either like you're picturing things like those giant, a giant version of that leathery winged beast, dragons, super giant trolls, giants.
Definitely
Then
big.
you get odd pictures of a giant crocodile, like the size of a couple of city blocks.
Crocodile?
And then your imagination starts to run wild with you a little bit. You're picturing things like giant farm animals now, giant chickens, giant cows.
Whatever it is, it's big, guys. It's big. I think we should kill it.
What's your obsession
It's
with killing
fine.
big things?
Just leave it to me. I got this.
I was planning to do it anyways. I just, I want to ensure my safety here first.
I don't want to put you guys in harm's way, so just hide. If it comes through, and I'll kill it. It's fine. Or I shall
We
die
will help.
gloriously in battle.
We will help you, Flint.
Let's find out what it is, and we can proceed from there.
But let's just
Yeah,
be
I think
let's
Okay.
just be cautious about approaching. Let's be
I agree
be
with you.
slow and methodical and not quick and or ragey, Flint.
So we should tie Flint to a rope
Yeah.
and walk him on a leash.
Yes.
Like your scrawny little butt can hold me back.
Not mine. Maybe all of us together, but we'll see. We'll put
Yeah,
you on
we-
hobbles.
Could we
Well,
agree that
well,
we would just can we
it
hide
in
and
the-
just maybe check this out?
Is it in the direction we're heading? Or tangential?
Yeah,
It's off in the direction you're heading. So you're
Okay,
heading
well,
southwest.
let's creep
It's in that
forward
direction.
then.
Creep forward. Creep forward.
As far as you could tell. All right, everyone, roll me a stealth check then.
I'm good at those.
Ten.
Nat
I'm terrible
20.
at those.
Where's
Nat
that nat
20
20
becomes
button?
26.
Jesus.
Also
4.
nat 20.
I have a 4 because I've got negative to my stealth because I'm wearing heavy armor.
And 95.
15.
I mean, 95. What? A 19 becomes a 25. So
So you got a nat 20 also, Flint?
Yes.
Everyone is super stealthy, and I am just like traipsing through the woods like I'm a bull in a china shop.
Everyone all of a sudden just duck into the brush. You're finding your footsteps completely silent, maneuvering around branches. A couple of branches actually snag on Zangulus, and all of a sudden behind you, you just hear this, and then a clatter of noise.
Dang it.
I look back.
Garrett.
What? I'm trying to be quiet. It's a lot of armor.
With you being used to it, Flint, and just got a feel for this situation so well, and Raven, you just having the natural talents of how to keep things quiet, you grab a few scraps of fabric and stuff them into the joints of the armor real quick, just to lessen the creak, and Flint, you kind of lift him up and just carry him forward. So, with all of you rolling what you did, you managed to proceed forward. As far as you can tell, none of that noise has gotten closer in your direction. It's not heading your way, but as you You move through the forest now, getting about half a mile in. You can hear some noises loud. As you have gotten to this point now, you hear like a dampened crack and thud sound. It's just boom, and then you hear the creaking of timber just boom. And as that creaking sound crashes to the ground, you can feel the ground shake just a bit.
That's strange.
I heard that.
We all heard that.
I told you.
Doesn't
Shut up.
sound so much like a beast. Sounds like someone's chopping down trees or something.
We did hear that the bandits were chopping down trees, clearing the forest.
Okay, well let's get closer, see what's going on. Creepy, creepy, creepy.
Roll me a stealth check again, everyone.
Hey, change dice.
16.
13.
23.
9.
7.
Oh.
This time, while carrying Garrett along, trying to help him, Flint manages to stumble a bit and cause the armor to clatter. You just hear, you don't even see Zangulus at this point. Nat 20 for him this time. You just hear it from behind a tree up ahead of you. However, you manage to proceed further, and as you continue through the woods, let's see, you don't notice the sounds of anything moving closer, but several minutes go by. It's been about another half an hour to an hour, because now you're trying to move stealthily, you're taking your time and sneaking. It's almost every 30 minutes, it seems, that you, and now that you're coming up really close, you can hear it. It's just and at this point you actually see it. You've gotten close enough that through the trees, just barely, everyone roll me a perception check real quick to see if you see it.
21.
12.
19.
14.
sorry,
Also a
18.
12.
All right. Those that rolled under 20 but above 10, so basically pretty much all of you, you can see through enough through the woods a bit that there's a break in the way the light's coming down. It doesn't seem to have the filter of the tree branches. It looks like a clearing's coming up ahead about 400 feet in front of you. However, Garrett, you see it through the trees. You notice this odd puff of smoke still floating off the ground, and watch as you see the base of a tree split apart at the bottom, and then the whole tree falls off. And catching a glimpse just through the edge of the woods, you catch something with a large hand grabbing onto the tree, and then notice it being dragged off over towards the clearing direction. You can't quite see what's in the clearing yet. The trees are too obscuring it, but you do catch that at the edge where the tree was felled.
I tap Flint and call the rest of everyone as I say, I think it is something big that he's cutting these trees. It is not some sort of monster stomping around the forest. It is some sort of monster who is collecting wood.
Oh,
Well,
Why
that's
would it-
strange.
Why would a monster collect wood?
yeah.
Could be a giant. It could be anything. We do know that the giants were with the. There was a giant with the bandits earlier. But there was some sort of puff of smoke, and then the tree fell. So they may be using some sort of magic. Maybe that's that powder stuff they were using earlier. I don't know.
All those flying dudes used.
Ambush?
Well, there's one way to find out.
Let us
Go and
let us see the situations first.
creepy, creepy.
Yes, and then we will go for Oscar.
Just check it out, and then maybe if we don't actually have to do anything, we could just keep going. Because
We have to take care of it. Innocent people are in danger, Iski. innocent people, little children. Little children. Think of the children, Iski. Think of the children.
'Tis a noble calling,
All
a
right.
worthy way to die.
Well, when you put it that way, for the children.
For the children.
The children.
So we're going to sneak a little closer.
All right, everyone make a stealth check then.
Yes! 18.
24.
2! Yes!
22.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Be so sneaky.
Oh, 22. Sorry, 20.
Sneaky, sneaky.
What did you get,
Everyone,
Flint?
21.
7.
everyone finds their way into the trees using the brush to keep yourselves low and hidden, now sneaking up. But very much like the moment in the grass, Iski isn't quite used to the new metal headdress and trying to crawl with the tail. So you just, as you guys look, as you approach closer and closer to the edge of the forest, trying to get a view into the clearing, you can see every once in a while as you poke your heads up to look around, this piece of metal and 2 dragonborn horns and a tail just moving through the underbrush. As far as you know, Iski, you are perfectly hidden.
Wah, wah.
Maybe they will think she is some sort of beast.
She is some sort of beast, really.
I'm a beast.
That is not nice to say to a dragon. She's a dragon.
Thank you.
Hey. So, as you come up to the, how close to the edge of the forest to this clearing are you approaching? Because you can see it coming up now. You're 90 feet away from it at this point.
I'm going to
Unless you wanted
stop
to
where I
further
feel like I can get behind like a tree, but still be able to see the clearing fairly well. I mean, I'm not going to. I'm as best of the view as I can get. I don't want to go right next to the edge, though.
I'm going right up there.
Okay.
Yep.
You looking through, you can see how the trees work now, kind of covering up that edge. The view is still somewhat obscured, though they're thinned out in the last 10 feet, almost like the very, very edge has been thinned on purpose to provide not as much cover, but you could get 25, 30 feet up and still have a tree easily blocking the line from the edge of the woods and still have a few in the way.
That's hard to do. That's,
Okay,
I
so
think Flint's
you're
going right
moving
to the
30
edge.
feet
I don't know
up.
if that.
Flint, you're going right up to the edge, just like one of the very last trees there.
Yeah, as close as I can get, while
Without
still just
stepping out into the
remaining
open.
hidden. Or my approximation
Okay,
of what would
you're
I
going to stay about 10 feet back then from the very edge. The rest of you, how far are you moving up?
I'm moving up as far as I can.
All right.
Same.
I want a good look at what this is.
I don't want
Iski?
to move closer. Nope, nope.
All right, so you're staying 90 feet back then,
Right here.
taking up the rear.
Yep.
All right. You find Zangulus is actually hanging back with you. He kind of steps up next to you and gets one tree over, but he has his bow out just in case. Those of you that have approached to 30 feet, you can see an open clearing, and the rest of you that have moved up to that 10-foot border edge to really get a good view. This is where... Let me see if I've got the right song. Yeah, there we go. As you approach this opening, you now notice what's been going on. You can see tree stumps splintered into just chunks of wood. You can tell they're stumps by the roots strewn everywhere. As you look across the clearing, you notice this clearing is much larger than you would have thought. And it has been cleared out very fast compared to what Zangulus described as the few trees that had fallen, and judging by the speed at which they were taking down fairly large trees in the area, they've been able to cut a clearing that is 300 feet from the edge across. So it is a 300-foot circle, edge to edge, cut out around in these woods. Tree stumps splintered everywhere. And as you look off in the distance, what you notice now, the trees have been used for a very specific purpose. Essentially, think frontier style. A wooden fort is being constructed and built up further. The initial walls are already in place with a couple of guard towers there. Large spiked, essentially fort pikes, the type to keep anyone charging up onto the wall, and sort of the menacing pieces of wood have been stripped down and attached to the front and buried into the ground with that. You can see not bandits. They still have the sort of brown hoods.
Mhm.
However, over them are cloaks now.
Let me
And
guess.
you notice
It's the bad guys.
more specifically, you aren't going to forget this symbol. It is the red and silver with the crest, which is the serpentine looking wrapping around a T. The crest that marked on the shoulder pads and the flags of those you very first encountered back at Caprizi.
The brothers?
The Thin Gain crest.
What
These
the hell?
motherfuckers are going to die.
What the hell are they doing here?
Behind the walls of the fort, where you notice it's pretty bustling. There's at least a dozen that you can see from further back in the forest, and those of you that approach to 10 feet, you can now see more clearly people moving up and down ladderways and edges of stairs that you can just barely make out as they're building up higher to try and give better and better vantage points across this clearing. Well, Flint's one of the ones that moved up further. So, Carrick, you calculated it about 24. Flint, more than 2 hands worth. And behind the fort, you see something standing up with a large tree that had been felled, and stripping entire branches off of it is another giant.
So is this fort
Dressed
done?
in
Is
armor.
Does it look like it's being done, or is it still being built?
It looks like it's being built up further, but the initial fort is done with a couple of guard towers, 4 walls, and you can see the tops of buildings within. The walls aren't high enough yet where they've been able to build it up high enough to cover everything completely in there, but they would make it difficult. They built the walls 6 feet tall at this point, so a person height. And it looks like they're starting to swap out posts for 10-foot high ones in sections. So they started off by cutting the trees basically into smaller segments just to get something fortified up. And now they're starting to swap those out for full-sized, like, not 8 or 10-foot, sorry, 18-foot walls on sections. 2-story, 3-story tall. That's what the giant's working on, and what the entire size of the trees are being done. And you see the giant is not, as you've read in books, not in cloth and garb, but very much like the one you ran into at Milbel, where strapped across the back is a sword. It's very obviously a sword, yet it's the size of a giant. And the giant is wrapped in chainmail and wearing a large cloak with the Thin Gain symbol on it. So, while it's a giant, looks like any man dressed in armor. Just
You
way
can't
bigger.
see my face right now, but it's very disgusted.
We can take them. And we need to take them before they build those bloody walls up.
I have a
So-
plan.
Iski, you don't happen to be a fire dragon, do you?
Nope.
You're nowhere near Iski.
I guess
I
I
say-
hear Garrett behind me saying he has a plan.
I gesture through.
Okay.
Roll me a perception check.
Me?
No, them. They're
Everyone.
trying to notice you.
That's
11.
what's my perception?
Well, I got a 6.
Yeah, I also got a 6, and I have a +4 in perception, so you can.
I
actually
did
take
roll a
well.
16 for my stealth, so or 19 for my stealth. So
Yeah, that's part of what I was. That's
Too
part of what I was
sneaky.
calculating on. Flint, you notice it because you had a general idea where your team was. Raven, Carrick, you didn't see that at all.
Okay. I creep back to him. What?
we need to get together. We need to attack this place at night and use lots of fire and confusion.
Okay.
But we need to wait.
But I get the giant.
Yes, you get the giant.
Okay. We should tell the others.
Yes, that's why I told all of them to come back. We need to stay a little bit away so they don't see us, but we can still see them.
I try making the animal call.
Oh no!
It's
This
gonna
is
be
gonna
wonderful.
go well.
Performance check.
Which check?
A performance check.
Is there performance? There is.
Where's that bad roll button?
Oh no!
No.
This ought to be good.
Give me the most not animal sounding animal call you can.
Caw! Caw! Caw!
What the hell?
All of you notice Flint now going caw.
Oh my gosh.
I
I will come investigate the.
Not that loud. They will see us.
After hearing that, I'd like to stealthily, slinkily go forward towards everybody and see what the hell is going on.
Roll me a stealth check.
So stealthy. Oh yeah, I rolled a 5. Oh
oh
yeah, yeah. Plus 5. 10.
10.
Oh yeah.
Not bad. The rest of you generally knew where Iski was, so you see her approaching. Kind of obviously through the underbrush, but a little better this time.
I start heading the other direction.
Fuck Carrick.
Other direction where? Because you were at the edge towards the clearing.
He's just gonna
so-
walk into the clearing. He's just hang out.
I'm just gonna walk, away from the clearing, away from the party. If they fuck up, I do not want to die again.
Okay, so you're just kind of circling away from everyone who's gathering together
Yes.
then. All right.
So as Carrick walks off, I do not care about
So
Carrick.
you are on the northeast. I made my computer ding. Northeast corner of this large circle because you headed south. So north. Yeah, you're on the northeast edge. So are you going southward or westward around the circle, Carrick? Just so I know which direction you're moving.
Westward.
Okay. So how far are you trying to go, and are you stealthing?
I am stealthing.
That's what I figured. Roll me a stealth. Because I thought I heard you say it. That's why I wanted to double check.
21.
All right. Everyone
I have a lot
gathers.
I have a lot of plus to stealth.
Except you don't see Carrick with the rest of you as Flint's shouting, "Caw-caw!"
Beautiful animal.
So you've all gathered together.
My plan, we need to disengage, especially after Flint. Anyways, we need to disengage. We need to get away from here and come back in the evening. And we have to use something. Lots of fire and confusion.
Fire and confusion.
Well, confusion we got,
We can.
and I'm sure we can come up with fire.
I have sort of a plan, but I need your help. We need to disengage so we not go caca in front of these idiots.
Yes. I would agree with that.
To be fair, it did get our attention.
Probably everything else too. Let's go. Come on.
At that moment, you hear as a branch somewhere about 10 feet into the woods, so only 20 feet from you, just went snap.
Let's go. Let's go. Let us go. I look over towards that direction.
Very obviously looking down and frustrated right now is one of the soldiers, and you can see they are full soldiers now. Now that he's much, much closer, the hood's pulled up, but underneath is a helmet, full helmet, very medieval style, with the metal piece coming down the front, the diamond over the nose, wraps around the face, chainmail on under,
Just
which
one of
goes
the
over
soldiers?
the top of the wood. That's all you see right there, standing there looking down and frustrated.
Do I have any
Zangulus.
do I have any
Get him.
perception
Raven.
do I have
Shoot him.
do I have any perception of this situation?
Not where you are.
Okay.
Zangulus, Raven,
Move.
shoot his ass.
Out of the way.
How far away is he?
20 feet. Just stepped into the woods 20 feet away. You are behind the trees from him, and he's starting to move in, but after he snapped the twig, he looked down.
There might
So,
be an easy situation or easy
you doing?
solution here.
I'm gonna try to blend in with the tree more, and try to tell people we have to go and take this guy out.
Only got a couple of seconds now because he's starting to look back up.
I'm going to try to put him to sleep.
Oh,
Cast sleep on him.
All right.
Good idea.
Thangulus has his bow up, sees your hand up, and kind of waits for a second.
Where are my d8s?
The sheet. All right. I remember with sleep this was savings.
19 hit
happens?
points.
19 hit points. Saving throw with this, I don't think there is.
It's probably Constitution saving throw.
I think it's sort of like a automatic damage attack, except it just knocks you out if it goes over your hit points remaining.
Yeah, I think so.
Really have to memorize this because you're going to use it a lot.
Probably.
That is in. All right. And a 5d8, 19.
Yeah.
So about a split.
it's 19 hit points. I mean, if he's just a soldier, he's probably not super tough.
Here's hoping.
Yep. You again trace the sort of shadowy black magic in the air with your hand, reaching forward and just whisper. You see him as his eyes come up, looking forward into the forest. You expect him to almost spot you right at this second, however, eyes roll back, they go closed, and boom,
Okay. We've got a
drops to
week
the
to,
ground.
we've got a minute to get out of here.
Grab him and go.
Oh. Well, I'm not carrying him.
Flint, grab him and go.
Okay.
I grab him.
All right.
So he's asleep right now, right?
He's asleep.
Yeah,
Just
he's
don't
asleep.
hurt him.
Just pick him up.
Right. Not break
Get
his
some
neck
information
then?
out of him when he wakes up too.
You could coup de
Well,
grace.
Yeah. Well, technically,
He's
yeah.
helpless. So you could coup de grace. But
Good.
I told you, I just said grab him and go, and I start like carefully, like kind of sneakily, but carefully trying to get back into the woods.
Carefully, sneakily.
Mm-hmm.
I try to regroup with everybody.
Now you do.
Yeah, because you're moving away.
You don't
But
know
no.
they're moving away.
Can I roll perception to see if I know if they're moving away?
You can roll perception to see if you know they're moving away.
That's fine, because on that roll, I got a nat 20.
Knowing where the cacaws were coming from, and now where you moved further west and gotten a vantage point where you felt safe, looking back, you can see one soldier at the very edge of the forest, 10 feet in, just all of a sudden fall over to the ground that was heading in. However, you do spot 2 others that are starting to walk into the woods, and you know that the cacaws were coming from right there. So something just happened that made a soldier fall over. 2 others are entering, and you're pretty sure that's where your friends are.
Where are they entering really close to the cacaws?
They're entering pretty close to those cacaws in a line where there were 3 of them. It looks like it was a 3-man patrol.
Okay, I'm gonna throw silence in that area.
Range on silence?
It's a sphere. It's like a
20
Yeah,
foot
but
sphere.
20-foot sphere.
It's a 20-foot sphere, but range to cast it, like how far away?
120
can you cast it?
feet.
All right, that's
Nice.
within your range because you're 100 feet away. So, are you casting it over where you know the cacaw came from, or where the soldiers are?
I'm gonna throw it over the cacaws because they're gonna move into that area.
Okay.
Yep.
The 5 of you now, as you're gesturing and talking. To
I
each
was
other?
walking away. I was going
Yeah.
away. I just said, Flint, go get him, and then I started walking away.
Yeah, me too.
It all sort of happened simultaneously, the start to walk away and him casting.
Mhm.
So as your footsteps are moving through, all of a sudden, crunch, crunch, no sound, no sound, no armor, no nothing. Dead silent here. The rest of you who are mid-sentence, just... You know this is not normal, and you just saw it used recently.
Yeah.
So remember this spell. You just don't know where the hell it came from.
All right. I continue moving away to try to like tree to tree sort of thing. Go back, get behind a tree, wait for people to show up and continue to do that.
Roll me a stealth check.
17.
Okay.
Shouldn't be with
Are you
advantage
rolling-
because you don't have to worry about
I
sound
rolled a
anymore.
19.
That cancels out his disadvantage
Oh,
because
Yeah.
plate armors are disadvantage.
Oh, yeah,
Is it
true.
different? Okay, I should be rolling
Yeah.
twice. I've been doing the negative stuff. I'll be rolling it twice from now on.
Yeah. Plate armor makes it disadvantage with stealth checks. It's loud stuff. However, it negated because of the silence. That's why I didn't ask if you rolled twice.
Yep.
So, you're able to move tree to tree, and as you get around the last one, you hear a little bit of a crunch, crunch, and creak again. Flint and everyone else you can still see inside the bubble, but you know that there's silence there. You're proficient enough in different type of magic, but you understand the basic principle.
I remember he used it before, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what are the rest of you doing? Because
Well, I'm trying to find anyone.
Well, I hide this guy behind the tree for a start. Put like a branch
Alright.
on top of him. With the bush.
roll me a
Deception?
In nature?
no nature. Yeah, we'll say nature because there's
Okay.
no real like camouflaging. Say nature.
17.
All right,
That's a
you're
tree.
able to get over to him, drag him behind a tree, and throw some brush over him. You're pretty sure at a distance, people aren't going to be able to tell where he is, and you move back to your party. It's within the silent sphere. So when you dragged him back in, things got quiet again. However, now, Garrett, you hear it because you've stepped just outside of it. The rest of you don't hear it. And Carrick, you hear this too. You just all of a sudden you hear a "Oi! Over there!"
Fuck.
That's exactly what I was trying to prevent.
starts happening.
But you put it on us and not on the soldiers.
Because we're gonna move into your area. So if
Okay.
All right, hold on.
Carrick
I need
strikes
everyone
again.
to roll initiative.
Good time to run.
I was trying to put it on the area they're moving into, so they don't yell when they're there, instead of putting them at somewhere they will walk out of it.
Everyone, initiative rolls. Where's my pen? What the hell? Lost my pen.
15.
Notepad.
7.
7.
11.
All right. So, 20 to 15.
I was 15.
Okay. All right. 15 to 10. None of the rest of
Better
you are
roll
15
that
to 10.
bad.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no. I've got 11. 11. 15 to 10.
All right. So 10 to 5. Where are you guys at?
5.
7.
Oh, sorry, I was 11. I missed that one. I'm a derp.
Damn it, Flint.
I'm a derp.
Right, so Flint, so 7 for Iski and 5 for Raven.
Yep.
Yep.
6 of you, and I goes here. All right. First step. Don't even hear it, but got everything back.
Who's up? Danglers.
All right, I'm gonna. Oh yeah. So that's character sheet. Gotta double check it. I hate having to play you players as well because I always have to check your character sheets too in combat. All right, got it. So
Go DM. We love you, DM.
Garrett, you notice and hear the sound of the shout coming from the side. You look over, you can see where the shout came from, and at that very second, you notice an arrow fly through the air and catch that same person mid-shout right up under the roof of his mouth, piercing out the back of his head with an arrow, just dropping him down. I switched dice because I was
Nice.
like, all right, I can't keep critting like this. So I went to my green one, critted, and then I just switched to my red one and critted again. I rolled like crap last episode. I couldn't hit a damn thing. This one I'm rolling 20s. There are other numbers on the dice, I swear, but I'm just not rolling them. So you can do that next turn. All right. Next up is Carrick.
Right. Well, I need to get everybody out of this situation because we're not going to take this fight.
Yeah, thank you.
We are with ease.
There's 3 of them.
They
We've already
come
killed
piecemeal.
one, and the other one's asleep. There's one
You
left.
just have to keep them quiet.
Just kill them quick and silently.
Yeah, but the
When have we
well, I
ever
can't
done
tell you
anything
anything
quick and
about
silent?
this,
Never.
so I'm not going to give you the metagame information.
I don't care.
Never been quick
But I'm
and
just thinking, if like, if from your perspective, we're not going to take this, and you just saw one dude get in, like, absolutely screwed with an arrow, and
Yep, the one that
another
was
dude
shouting, you
asleep.
saw him get
Yeah,
annihilated.
but they were shouting. That everyone else knows we're here. We don't
Go
know
ahead.
how many. We don't know how many people in that fort.
Go ahead. Do your carrot thing.
Do your
that
carrot
carrot
thing.
thing we
You're
all
not
hate.
near any of them.
Let's see.
Do what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna move up 30 feet towards the silence bubble.
Okay. So you're 70 feet away now.
And I'm gonna cast a minor illusion out in the forest of I'm basically gonna make Garrett, because I can make something that's at maximum 5 foot tall.
Okay.
I'm like 3 feet. Yeah, okay.
I'm basically making us a decoy.
Some off in the woods.
Yeah.
So am I. I'm close down.
All right. And that's definitely what you're doing.
Yep.
Okay. How far are you? You're casting it, trying to get their attention. Are you making any noise when you do it, or are you just casting the illusion?
I mean, they probably figure out there's a silence there, so they won't hear anything otherwise. So I'm just casting it in the other direction. I'm making pretty obvious that there's somebody there where I'm casting illusion.
Okay.
So like,
You reach out and start to cast your illusion, stretching to put it somewhat near the bubble, but not in a way that would distract them. And in doing so, reach out, focus on the form of Garrett, and 30 feet directly in front of you pops up Garrett. The range is 30 feet on that spell.
Yep.
That all you doing? You move the 30 feet and then you cast a Garrett 30 feet in front of you?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tuck and roll. I'm gonna hide again. I'm gonna hide again.
present.
You're not a rogue.
This is going
You can't.
well.
Requires an
Ah.
action to hide.
Well, I
Bonus
did
action
both my
hiding is a
actions.
rogue ability.
I moved and I cast a spell. That's my action. My
Yes.
actions.
That's why you can't hide.
Yeah.
All right. We are going to... it's Flint. Flint, you're up.
Excellent. Okay, so how close are these guys to us right now?
Looking around, you can see the one that got shot, as it's pretty obvious there's blood gouting. You're used to seeing that. You didn't hear the shout come from him, but it's pretty obvious to notice, a bleeding person for you. Obvious enough. However, perception check for me for the other one.
Mm-hmm. 15.
All right. Looking off, you can see him just 30 feet through the trees, a little bit west, maybe northwest-ish.
30 feet, hey.
Yep, just 30 feet from you. They were moving in a line. They'd started where the far left one was almost perfect bead on you, and the other two were checking a little bit further wrapped around. So the center one didn't start on you. It just happened where the edge man did. So this guy's still, he's in the woods area, but it's only 30 feet away. He started moving in.
Then I shall go dispatch him. Swiftly, yet quietly.
Silent rage.
I can move 35 feet, so I'm swift now. So I shall make my way over
So,
as stealthily as I can and introduce him to my axe.
so let me get this straight. You're like he's 20 feet around him is silence. So at least 20 of this movement is totally silent.
Yep, only the last 10 feet you are there. Is there anything? You start moving through and it's perfectly silent. You're planning on being somewhat stealthy. You had no idea how stealthy you were. As you hit the edge of the bubble doing that, it goes from to realizing maybe you weren't as stealthy, but you're finishing the job. Make an attack roll.
Attack roll. Do 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 do. That would be 17.
That is... As you go in with your axe to take him out, you see him, he notices you at the last second and rolls backwards out of the way, coming up into almost an unusual stance and thrusts a sword back in your direction, Riposte.
Oh, no. Oh, I can reckless attack. I thought I could only reckless attack in rage. I can reckless attack outside rage.
Yeah.
Can I still do that now?
The next swing will let you reckless attack.
Okay.
What's your armor?
My armor is 15.
He doesn't catch you as he comes back up from moving out of the way and tries to riposte. He's got a very good stance to him. He looks like an extremely competent fighter. So he tries to get you back. However, you knock it away with the axe. Go ahead and roll your second attack, and you can do it reckless.
Okay. The second attack is also 17.
As you bring the axe across, he just takes the sword and knocks the axe out of the way with a very firm stance. Now you can tell he is an extremely trained fighter, and in one-on-one, almost the way his feet are, and you having some time brawling and trying to find a good scrap, you know a duelist when you see one.
Well. In that case, hold up. As my bonus action, because I'm quite frustrated that this guy is deflecting my blows with ease, I'm entering rage.
Oh God!
I love how enraged he gets when he's entering rage. I'm so frustrated. I'm entering rage.
Ah, you bastard!
I would like to rage.
I would like one rage, please.
I would like a rage with the side of asking.
I would like one rage, please. For just one. Thank you.
Garrett, you're up.
Thank you. All right. Fuck. I see. Do I see me somewhere in front of me?
Roll a perception check.
That's a 5.
No.
They don't see me. Okay.
Roll a perception check to see yourself.
You have no idea it happened. So all you see is Flint charging in, starting off completely silent, then when he hits the edge of the bubble, screaming, moving in, and you watch his 2 attacks, and you're used to seeing Flint hit stuff, just get knocked out of the way by this guy.
All right, so I'm looking at something real quickly to see the range on this. Okay. How far away is this guy from me?
From you backed off from the bubble, so 20 feet back, 30, 50 feet.
50 feet? Perfect.
Yeah, because you're a tree right outside the bubble.
I look at him with my eyes wide and focused on him, and I say, "Grovel." At the soldier with command.
All right. It's what's your DC on that?
I believe. Okay.
Spell DC for you.
I believe it is the spell DC. Spell has no effect on targets undead. Typical command. So you Well, it doesn't even say this. Doesn't say the counter to it. I don't know why. Anyways, we'll just assume. Yeah, you assume this is the spell DC, which is just the spell save DC is 12.
Okay, your spell save DC is 12. Mm-hmm. And with him, you point over at him, grovel, and you see him all of a sudden stop from his stance, and he goes down to his knees before Flint and presents his blade to him.
Oh my.
Cool.
So that takes us to that one's dead. So Iski, you're up.
I'm not gonna be doing anything. I'm actually just gonna be like a little cat in the grass, just watching. That's all I want to do is watch.
You're still in the in the bubble of silence, right?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So Iski, are you holding your action for anything specific?
No.
So you're just gonna skip the turn?
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So one guy asleep, one guy dead, one guy groveling in front of Flint. I'm gonna check in on his turn because he gets a nope.
He gets a nope.
That doesn't. Yeah, he gets a nope. Real fast.
The way that command works is that on his action he has to do what if he fails he has to do what I tell him. So
Oh, it would have been on his action. I thought it was an immediate, and then he can.
No, it happens. It happens on the action. Essentially, it takes over their turn.
Okay, so on his turn, he kneeled in front of Flint and is presenting his weapon. Got it, Raven.
How many are there?
One asleep, one with an arrow through the mouth out the back of the head, and one now kneeling in front of Flint, presenting his sword, sort of shaking.
What's the one with the arrow in his mouth doing?
Dead.
Oh, okay.
Blood going. Well, no longer. It was spurting, and now the spurting stopped, and it's just pooled across his face. It's quite gruesome.
I'm gonna try to tick Flint off and shoot at the one that's groveling in front of him.
You're going to shoot the guy that's groveling in front of Flint?
Yes.
All right. Roll an attack roll.
Nat 20.
Oh, and it's a sneak attack. Oh my god.
Yep. And I did a special rule for groveling. If she even hit him,
it would have been a coup de grace.
It would have been a crit.
Oh.
Oh.
So a nat 20 in this case is an automatic because he has presented himself in a situation where it's very bad. Because you essentially have to force someone into a position like that. It's like the old double 20s. It's a very rare circumstance. You guys haven't run into it yet. So be a badass. How do you want to do it?
Sweet. I That is a good question. I haven't had a chance to do this yet. I'm just gonna draw my bow and sight along the edge, and can like check to see if anybody's watching, and spin around and then shoot him.
You do notice there are some people watching. Not Flint. You have no idea where Carrick is. But Iski's there, and she's keeping an eye on things, and Garrett's very much there. You don't know where Zangulus is either. So Garrett, you and Iski watch as Raven aims the bow, seeing this guy kneeling, just completely presenting himself there, not even defending himself. Looks at him, kind of winks, spins around in midway back on the spin, looses the arrow, and you just watch as the arrow, perfect shot, right into the heart. And he just lurches forward, and you see this rage come over his face as your spell is broken with the damage. One pump of blood comes out around the arrow, and he collapses face first. Flint, your kill presented there in front of you is very much just on the ground, dead, and arrow to the heart.
He's confused because he gave up immediately and then was immediately murdered in front of him. Oh.
And with that murder, we're going to take a quick break because some of the cast, and myself included, have to take a quick bio break here, and then we'll continue the story. So we'll be back in just a little bit, everyone.
So I have a spell that I realized what it did, because I was just told by a friend that I should pick it. It's like a ridiculous bard spell.
And we're back from break. And all the cameras are screwed for some reason.
Oh, okay.
How the hell? It was working fine, and it lost them all, probably because I brought up Notepad for some stupid reason. Now I've got to fix them all on the fly.
How dare you bring up Notepad?
I know. And that didn't work for some reason. Entertain chat. Entertain chat for me.
Hello, chat.
Hello,
Oh,
chat. How is your mom?
Hello.
Dear chat.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Who is your daddy and what does he do? Yeah.
I'm your daddy.
And what do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
What
Your
do
mom.
you do?
Oh.
Oh, it's got a nice.
That's inappropriate.
No, it's quite appropriate. If he's our daddy, then he's doing our mom.
That's true.
That's who he
It's all
should
in
be
the
doing.
family.
That's correct.
It's quite. It's one of those you can't. I'm not even mad though.
Yeah.
Situations.
I can't complain about
That's-
this.
That's like that's
logical.
accurate. Yeah.
It's logical. Popcorn. So they're eating new fire.
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
I haven't had popcorn in so long.
And if anyone in chat is asking where babies come from, ask your dad.
And I will tell you.
Say ask Flint.
Confirmed Flint is going to do an entire stream explaining where babies come from.
With demonstrations. No.
I don't
No.
think this is a good idea.
In before TOS banned.
Twitch is not that kind of service.
Well, now they have bits and cheer. It's like Chatterbait.
Yeah, kind of actually.
Oh, it's funny because it's true. I'm never going to get partnership after saying that.
Did you say chatterbait?
Don't look it up.
I have to now. Hold on.
Okay, the cameras are all fixed, so you're on
Yay.
cam. Don't look this up on cam. Back to where we left off. Combat music. Combat music. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, much better.
Everyone's dead.
No. 2 dead, 1 asleep.
Oh yeah.
And Flint, it's your turn. What are you doing?
Oh,
You're raging.
Is there anything else in range?
I didn't even know this existed.
Roll me a perception check with disadvantage, because you're raging.
8.
The only thing you know of is dead in front of you, dead over there, and you stuffed one in the bushes behind you.
I think the one in the bushes has to die. I'll turn around and go and hack him up.
Roll me a quick attack roll.
You might
He's
miss.
asleep on the ground. It's basically an auto hit, but I just
16.
yeah.
16.
Yeah, you crit. Because he's on the ground and
Helpless.
helpless. It's an auto crit.
Which one's the 12? There it is. So it's the dice plus the modifier times 2?
Nope. Dice times 2 plus modifier.
Okay. 15.
15.
15.
All right. You see him laying there asleep on the ground. Bring the axe overhead and bury it straight into, well, he's sort of propped up from where you put him behind the trees, but either way, you bury the axe directly into his chest. He comes to,
Flint has 2 attacks, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yep. So he's awake and hurt. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
20.
That will hit.
Or even less damage. 14.
With the second axe, when you bury it further into his chest on this one, and just blood runs down. Just you see it, that sort of movie trickle down the side of the mouth. Situation filling up, and he just slumps over on your axe, eyes left open and dead.
So my plan for a new armor didn't pan out.
Let us go. Come on. He's dead. Flint's. You're done, right, Flint?
Yep,
Yeah, I'm
Flint's
done. I'm just looking around for my next target.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the thing without breaking the cameras. There we go. Garrett, you're up.
Okay. At this point, if they've noticed this, they've noticed this. I don't try to be loud about it, but I try to definitely be, to make sure people hear me. So the group party can hear me. With 20-foot radius kind of thing. I go, get their things, get the bodies, and we need to move. We need to get out of here. Get the bodies, and we need to go. Carrick, I know you're out there, you dumbass motherfucker who threw the silence thing over us. Dispel that, and then let's move.
Good luck with that.
That's what you're doing?
I can I get to the body that Flint just murdered?
Oh, yeah. That's...
All right, I get to the body, I extract the axe as much as possible, and I start dragging the body into the woods.
So, Flint, you watch as Garrett comes up next to you, pulls your axe out of your kill, and then starts to drag this dead body away.
Just glare at him. Yeah.
As I'm dragging him, like...
And no sound is being made on the dragging, because this is in the bubble. Oh yeah, his coughs of death wouldn't have audible. Made any sound. Yep, no audible things.
He died.
Right.
In silence. He couldn't even hear his
sorry,
voice.
I got the order wrong because Notepad apparently broke the cameras. Carrick, you're up.
Well, I'm gonna meet him outside the bubble.
You're
That's
still
to make
70
it-
feet away from them, so you can make it over to him if you use your action to dash.
Yeah.
To go
Why
60
not?
feet. All right.
No.
Dispel this thing and let us go.
You're in the bubble.
We
you
need to
can't
get out
talk.
of here before
You're in the
show
bubble.
up.
What's that? Stupid
You're in
says
the
what?
You're in the silence bubble.
I am? I thought I was out of the bubble.
No, you dragging the body. The body's in the bubble.
Okay, well, you heard me earlier. You heard me earlier anyway, so I'm just like...
Stupid says what?
I can't hear him say anything, so...
Nope. You didn't hear him say anything. You just saw his mouth move. He's standing very obviously in the open where you can see him now. Still in the woods, but where you can see him. All right, that brings us to Iski.
Yes. How close am I to the guy that's asleep?
No,
He's dead.
Are we dead now?
he's doing the long sleep now.
Yeah, Flint walked over to him because the guy asleep was up against a tree covered in brush. Flint decided he would be his target because he was the one that covered him, so he knew where he was. Walked over to him and just buried an axe in his chest twice.
Okay. Is there anyone that's around us that's still alive?
Not as far as you can tell.
The fact that we're still in an encounter.
You can roll a perception check, though, if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. 11. Well,
I'm sorry?
12?
Okay. Looking about, can't hear because you kept yourselves ducked down within the bubble, so you're trying to just use your eyesight, and it's pretty grisly. It's thrown you off. Just watched a person kneeling and putting a sword before Flint get shot in the chest, essentially executed, and then this man who was asleep brutally just cut apart. So that distracted you a little bit, so you're not really seeing anything going on other than that at the moment.
I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna turn and head away from everything that's going on. Just really slowly turn my back to everything and start walking away.
All right. How far are you heading into the woods?
Within eye shot still. So.
All right, you can move your 60 and still stay in eye shot, but that gets you pretty far into the woods.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, Iski's turn is done. Raven, you're up.
The one that had his mouth full of arrow, is he like in the clearing? Where is he at?
He's in the woods, but only 10 feet in. He'd only made it 10 feet in before he took an arrow, like, right up under. So he's barely into the woods. He's in that area that had been thinned out to provide less cover.
I want to try to drag him a little farther in so he's not as noticeable.
All right, it'll take you your turn to get over to that body.
On second thought, let's just leave. I'll just follow them.
All right, following after Iski, I'm sorry, Iski moves 40 feet, so you're 80 feet into the woods. Raven, you see the direction she heads. Are you going to use your action to move then as well?
Yes.
All right, you get about 60 feet off into the woods now, trailing behind Iski. Iski, you can see her following. At this point, yeah. You notice as Zangulus comes out from behind one of the trees, Iski and Raven, he just looks at the two of you. He's like, what the hell is going on? I saw the one that he was yelling, so I shut him up, but...
There were two more, but now there are none. So we're getting out of Dodge.
Yeah, we might want to do that fast. Might have noticed us. There's some commotion going on over there. I heard it. I don't know if they know exactly what's going on yet, though. I'm gonna take a look. You see him start climbing up one of the trees. All right, that's the end of his turn, and now it is Carrick.
Already?
Yep, because I got the order wrong last time because notepad.
I'm still waiting for Garrett and Flynn to make it out of the bubble, right?
Garrett is just out. Nope, Garrett's still inside the bubble. Flint's still inside the bubble. Yeah, you're still waiting for that.
Well, I'm gonna at least crouch down in case stray guards happen upon us.
Okay, is that what you're doing, crouching down?
Yeah.
Are you holding your action for something specific?
In case we spot a guard.
All right, if you spot a guard, that's your trigger to take the action. Otherwise, it'll go to your next turn. Got it? Flint, you're up.
So I'm going to roll perception first to see if I see any other people.
All right, go ahead. Roll a perception.
2 out of 4. So I guess I don't.
You see Garrett taking away your kill. Like, dragging it away. You have no idea what he's doing. You can't hear anything right now, and you're raging.
So,
because that wears off at the end of your turn, so.
Yeah, can you give me, like, a DC to roll against for willpower?
I can set something in my head.
Because my rage compels me to go find more people to kill. But my will tell me it's more sensible to calm down and get the hell out of here. So it's not an arbitrary decision.
There's no more threats, is the thing, yeah.
There's no more threat. Well, apart from the fact that I saw a massive giant in the camp.
But he's not coming at us right now that you know of.
Angry Flint doesn't care.
All right, I've got a DC, so just roll me a straight wisdom. Not even a saving throw. Just roll me wisdom. Let's see if that little voice in the back of your head.
Well, I actually rolled a nat 20.
That voice in the back of your head definitely kicks in. Your rage shuts down immediately with that. And you realize...
And I'm like... I'm very ashamed of myself slaughtering a sleeping guy.
Is the silence cone still up? Okay.
And I just follow. I follow Carrick.
Okay, so you head outside of the bubble over to Carrick.
Yeah.
All right, you get over and duck down behind a tree with him. All right, next up. Garrett, you're up.
All right, so I drag this body towards where Flint and Carrick are, and once I get out, I in a loud whisper, you know, similar to what I did before. We need to get out of here. We need to take these bodies and get out of here. They will come looking for them, but if they did not find the bodies, they will assume that maybe a forest creature ate them, or they ran away, or whatever.
There's still 2 bodies over there.
Then go get them and then let us go. So far, no one has showed up yet. If we do this now, we grab them and go, then we can go. But if we sit here with our fingers up our butts, just pretending that nothing is happening, wondering what's going on, then they will show up, and then we will die. So get the bodies and let us go.
I'd go and get a body.
But this is what we're here for. We need
tactics.
Deal with these guys before
we will deal with them.
They build their castle.
We will deal with them. We need to wait for nightfall. It is still day. It is just it's the sun is straight up. It is freaking bright. Night, it'll be easier for us to approach. Let's just talk about this later. Just get the
okay.
Get them and let us go.
Okay.
As I'm doing, I'm trying to heft this guy up and like carry him like dragging. I'm obviously because I'm small, but on my shoulder, like the body, it's like out of here.
All right. Just roll me a quick strength check to make sure you're not slowed down too much by this.
That is a 15.
All right. Improvised, even though with that, you're starting to get used to dragging people and bodies.
Heavy things, yes.
You never thought you'd get used to dragging a body. Here you are. So yeah, you're able to drag him your full 25 feet?
Well, I mean, I can move twice, right? Because I'm not taking any other action. Other
50.
Yeah, so 50 feet. Like,
yes.
Into the woods. I'm just going
yes.
into the woods.
By doing that, you're right, because you were a little bit further ahead, you're right up there with Raven and up near Iski. So Now the group of you further in the woods can see what's going on with him dragging the body towards you and the others heading off in the direction of the other two bodies.
And I tell them both, we need to go. We need to take the bodies and get out of here. Where is Angelus?
You saw Zangulus just a moment ago. He was climbing up the tree.
Oh, he's up in the tree.
Okay, so he's doing some whatever. Let's just continue moving into the woods. He will find us.
All right. I gotta find who's up next. Your turn's done then. Iski, it's your turn.
I'm gonna sit down underneath the tree and I'm gonna meditate. I don't want to talk to anybody.
You will die.
Nope.
You will die unless we get out of here.
I'm gonna go sit down.
You know you need to collect yourself and we need to move. You can meditate
I
later.
can't move right now. I need to go sit down.
Ignore. Do you just take the tree that you're standing next to already and just sit right there?
Yeah, I'm gonna like lean up against it and then just slide down.
Against your words there, Garrett, Iski just closes her eyes, sits against the tree, and slides down to the ground. Raven, you're up.
Was Carrick going for one of the bodies?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
I'm starting to think our party's very dysfunctional.
Now you're starting to think. Is anyone closer to the other remaining body than me? Because I spent a full turn getting here.
Carrick and Flint are the closest to those two remaining bodies.
Okay.
They're further up in the woods near the edge. You're off back in the woods now, so them heading in the direction of those bodies, they're the closest to.
Okay. Can I, like, use my normal move action to get closer to them and then, like, prepare a shot to see if I see anybody come up to attack?
So move and then hold your action if anyone shows up?
Yeah.
Yes, you can move and then hold the action by
Right.
using your bonus action.
I shall.
All right, so you move after going 60, you kind of
Come back
around.
30.
come back 30 and prep your bow.
Yeah.
Got it? You hear rustling in the tree above you as Zangulus drops back down. Oh, the giant's not heading this way, but looks like they're starting to patrol more heavily around the edges. People have come out of that makeshift fort that's being built up into a full thing. They heard something. I just don't know if they heard where it came from. We don't have much time. With that, you just see him ready his bow. Eric, you're up.
I go grab the body.
All right, you get your 60 feet over to the body.
Mhm.
So you're at the far body or the near body? Which one are you going
Near
for?
body.
Near body? All right, you go 30 feet then, and you get to the closest body. What are you gonna spend your action dragging it?
Up.
What was that?
Yes.
Roll me a strength check. Let's just make sure that you can, do this without too much effort.
Well, the roll was a 19.
Yeah, you can move your other full 30. You can dash while carrying this body further in.
Okay, cool.
All right, so you've got it out of that 10-foot area where Flint was standing and it got executed with the arrow to the heart. 40 feet into the woods now. And we are up to Flint. You see Carrick dragging what was the closest body Garrett's got another body. He's dragged further off into the woods behind you, and there's one up on the edge of the woods 60 feet away from you.
Well, one body left.
One body left that's off 60 feet away. That's just sort of laying there. That was the one that took the arrow through the mouth.
I'll head over there to try and hide it.
What's your movement?
35.
35,
so I can't get
right?
all the way there.
If you dash, you can get over there and then possibly drag it 10 feet if you get just do a quick strength roll for me. Unless you just want to move 35 and then do something else.
No, I've got nothing else to do. There's nothing to kill. So I'll just dash over, grab the body, and I got a strength of 21.
All right, that's more than enough. You grab it. Now it's away from that 10-foot tree line area where it was a little more sparse, so you got it behind the first set of trees. You're not very deep in the woods, but you're in the woods now. Roll me a perception check.
Five. No. 7.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, you get up there and checking him over real quick. He looks pretty dead. So you arrow through the head. You're pretty sure that he's dead. You drag him further in. Garrett.
I just gesture to Raven and I look over at Iski and I say, Iski, if you stay here, they will find you. If they find you, they will kill you. We need to pull it together, take a deep breath, and move. We can meditate later. But if you don't come with us, then you're not going to make it.
Are you ready to leave now?
I'm going to be moving. I need to keep this as fast as possible. I cannot carry this guy very far.
Okay. If you're going now, I'll go with you. I can help you carry him. But
Okay.
we have to go now if we're going.
Yeah, we need to go. So I head out the 50 feet away, further away, and I like gesturing towards Raven, and Zangulus. I know Raven and Zangulus are probably staying there to cover the retreat of the other guys, but I'm just still kind of so they know which way direction we're going.
All right, and the two of you have the same, basically are in the same spot on the turn order too, so it's just,
yeah.
The two of you move further into the woods now. Iski, you going a bit slower than you're used to.
Because I'm short.
Yeah,
I have stubby legs.
Short, but helping him, you're able to pull the body a good distance into the woods now. You move 50 feet, so
Okay.
you're now well obstructed from the edge of the woods. At this point, you're beyond that initial 90, so you can't even see the clearing really, other than the fact that the light's different. It's pretty obscured here in the woods, and it's starting to get into that thicker underbrush that you first were in approaching here. Raven.
I will back up. I'm gonna try to do the same thing. I'll move 30 feet back towards Garrett and them and make sure that we recover okay. Aim just in case somebody shows up.
Alright, so hold action if anyone shows up. Your cover and aim, essentially.
Yep.
Got it. You see Zangulus actually dart past you, heading a little bit westward to give better cover to Flint, but he's essentially doing the same thing. He's keeping his bow out, moves in behind one of the trees. Carrick.
I'm keep moving.
All right, you keep dragging the body off into the woods. Mm-hmm.
And that's all.
Yep. So you've gone 30 feet with it, so you're 90 feet. It was 10 feet in. You are past that 90-foot mark. You're in the heavy underbrush. You can actually see Garrett and Iski dragging another body a bit off to your right and a little bit further ahead, but not by much. So you're kind of in the same vicinity and getting into the heavy underbrush. Flint.
I just dragged his body back towards the rest of them.
All right, and you have 35-foot movement?
Yeah.
So are
70
you
feet.
using double move then to get in there?
Yeah, just drag him all the way back.
Okay. You drag him off into the woods as quickly as you can possibly go. You had a good hold on him before. And you can see where the brush is starting to get thicker ahead of you. You're not quite into the really heavy growth. You know that the trees here have been thinned out a little bit. Not as much as that very edge of the forest. So it's not the greatest hiding spot for a body. But you could just dump him here and hope.
Yeah, dump him.
So
Put some
you're
brush
a good ways in.
over his face.
All right, you'll be able to do that next turn. Take a turn hiding him. Garrett, you're up.
All right, so I'm gonna put him down, and I'm going to take a look around, see where everybody is, and I'm gonna say, "All right, Iski, if you need to meditate, take a few minutes. I'm going to see what's going on with this guy, and I'm gonna go like search through this guy's body, essentially, just try to like find out if there's any kind of identification. Looking for like obviously like gold and stuff is important, but mostly looking to see like who this guy is, any kind of orders he may have, any kind of personal possessions, letters, anything that I can use to help me out.
Roll me
And
an
as I do that,
investigate
I'm
check.
going to repair use repair to repair his cloak, so he's no longer sort of like. It's still bloody, obviously, but it's no longer like gashed open. It's, you know.
Okay,
That's what I'm
roll
like.
me an investigate.
That is a pretty high. 19.
All right. You start digging through essentially side pouches. You don't find too much on him. There's nothing it appears to be identifying other than the cloak and the symbol that you already know. He's not even carrying a coin purse with him. However, in one of his pouches, he has a very odd bag, and it was almost tucked inside a secondary compartment inside there that, pulling along the edges, you pop open and find it. Like he squirreled this away. You have a feeling that this isn't necessarily regulation, possibly. And it's a sealed leather bag of some kind. So it's wrapped up. Digging through, no coin. He's got his longsword. He's got the chain armor that's across his body over the hooded cloak. But that's all you find. I mean, in there's also, you know, standard flint, and there's a couple of dried rations in there, but
Flint's in his bag?
Why's Flint in his bag? So what I'll do is I'll take the sealed pouch and everything else, like the loose stuff, not his sword. Actually, no, I'll take the sword. And I'm gonna start with the rest of my action. I'm gonna disrobe his cloak and his tabard, because he's got like a cloak on. He's got a tabard over his armor, right?
what it is there's the brown hooded cloak that you saw like the bandits in. Over that is chainmail, and then over that is like the tabard with the symbol on it.
Oh, so he's got a cloak on, like clothes, chainmail, and then tabard.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take off his tabard, and then his chainmail, and then take off the cloak, and then take only the tabard and the cloak with the sword, and you know that'll be the end of my turn. Because I'm sure
Okay,
that'll
so
take that takes some time. I'm
essentially-
sure, so I'm
Yeah,
sure
that-
a couple
That's
turns.
going to take a while because you have to basically take off chainmail.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us to Iski. You see Garrett fumbling around, pull out a little leather bag, start to remove the tabard that you get off, and you're trying to unhook the chainmail at this point. Mostly chainmail slips off, but it's pretty full suit. Iski? You're muted.
Didn't want you to hear me snoring. Excuse me. Can I use my breath weapon on the chainmail to help break it off?
Can you use your breath weapon and see what happens? You've never tried it before.
You spent too much time with Carrick. Like, I like to get myself out of a hole. Let's explode the world.
I'd like to try it, see if it helps.
Yeah, so explain to me how you're going to use your breath weapon.
I'm going to try to concentrate it. I'm going to ask, please move over a second. I think that I can do this. And then I'm going to take a deep breath in, and then I'm going to concentrate my breath weapon just on the chainmail, like right where he was working.
Okay.
See if I can freeze some links that'll help get it all clinked off. Clink, 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 clink.
Roll me Constitution.
I rolled 13 plus 3.
Okay, so 16.
Yep.
All right. You step up and move Garrett aside.
Excuse me.
Ready
I think
your
I
breath
can help.
weapon. You had enough presence of mind to move him aside before doing this. You puff up to sort of start with the breath that you're used to. It comes out as a stream initially, and you feel like you're holding it, but it's a new sensation, and it actually starts to almost become painful for you as this force bulges your cheeks out and forces your mouth open. It unleashes across the entire body the grass in the tree, freezing that entire area and leaving this body now just like it was covered in liquid nitrogen.
I'm really sorry about this.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Cold sneeze. Ah.
I thought this would be helpful. I'm really sorry about that.
Was I at least able to take the tabard off before she?
Oh,
like-
yeah. The
Okay.
tabard you got off. It was the chain and the brown cloak underneath you didn't.
I'm gonna go sit down now.
I'll try. It might have helped. We'll see. I mean, it is like liquid nitrogen, so I can probably just like slap the armor and it'll break.
That's what I was going for.
But it also
All right.
might break everything underneath.
Raven, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna move over to watch these guys and observe and heckle.
All right.
It's a lot of dice rolls.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I'm starting to feel a sense of urgency, guys.
All right. You hear all of a sudden throughout the woods this odd sound. Things have just gone dead quiet, and you notice birds just take off out of the trees. Like things got quiet for a moment, like a storm was coming, and then peppering throughout this region of the woods, covering a rather long line as arrows start raining down in
Oh,
random locations. Looks like they're barraging the place. seems they've got a general sense of where you may or may not be. However, none of the shots have landed at this point. They were all falling quite a bit shorter, but the ground is now starting to litter with them. It's a lot of arrows. You don't know how they busted out so many arrows, because it didn't seem like that many guys. This seems more like hundreds of arrows, not a couple dozen.
Strange. Magic.
But they
perhaps?
were close.
We should go before they figure out we're not as shallowly in the forest as we are.
We should work around for sure. Flank them.
We have to regroup first. You guys are still way ahead of us, or we're way beyond you guys. Can't even see you.
The only one you can't really see is Flint. And you have kind of a bead on him. You're not that far away from him. He's 80 feet in, you're only 120, and about 40 out. So you're like 60 feet from him. He's visible to where you are at the angle. Yes, he's 60 feet from you. This is another reason why I don't always use maps, because they would be this big to cover these areas. I need a full table. All right. So with that, you see Zangulus now scrambling down the tree. Gets to the ground and goes, I've heard of something like that. I saw the arrows. We need to run now. Like, that way. Fast. I'm going to go get Flint so he doesn't get lost. Just go that way. Straight that way. I'll find you. And he takes off. Flint, you see Zangulus rushing over to you now.
What? I hit the body.
Carrick, you're up.
I drop the body and just run.
All right. You head off into the woods that direction?
Yep.
All right. Flint, you see Zangulus running over to you, and he's like, fuck the body. We're running.
Yep.
Ew.
Did I see the arrows?
We're,
You nasty. You nasty.
That was not me.
Nasty.
No, you haven't come across necromancers yet. They're weird.
Oh, yeah.
Ew.
No romancing of necks here.
That was worse.
disadvantage.
I was gonna say, wait for the disadvantage. Wait for the disadvantage.
Why?
Nah.
What a pretty neck you have.
Disadvantage.
There we go.
Sorry, did I see the arrow storm?
Oh, yeah, because it landed near you, too. This
Okay.
arrow storm
I'm like-
landed in a line that just went a good ways across the woods.
I'm like, yep, that's fine. Let's go.
That's fine.
With that, Zangulus starts pointing you in a general direction, takes off with you. You're out of the combat, turns at this point, heading off further into the woods. About 3 or 4 minutes later, let's just double check. Nope, nope. Okay.
That's a lot of dice.
Yeah, it's a fort. Another set of arrows starts coming down into the woods.
Oh my god.
So, Iski and Raven.
Running.
Was the DM doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo there?
No, it wasn't any mini mill. I was counting because the rules are... I rolled once for each, basically.
Ah.
With this. the way it's being used. It's a modified version of a spell. I homebrew some spells.
I see.
Like I change them for scrolls and things.
I'm running.
Ooh. That's a lot of 6s on those T6s. Each of you, now, unless you have reactions that allow you to dodge area effect stuff, each of you will be taking 23 damage.
I have my advantage against scene effects.
Well, you're not hit, Flint.
Oh.
The ones in your area fell short, but they're kind of peppering everywhere, and a barrage of them landed where Iski and Raven are as you run off into the woods.
I have resistance to damage dealt by traps.
Nope.
I'm
So
really
who's-
good. I'm
who
really
is-
good at
who-
dodging
like,
things.
specifically tell us who takes damage.
It's going to be Iski and Raven. They're the
That's
two
it?
that are getting hit. Yeah,
And they
that's why I
did
said
20
Iski and Raven. The other one's all missed.
Okay.
Is that
Cool.
20?
It's going to be
23.
23, yeah. Unless they have the ability to stop some damage from ranged
Not that I
attacks.
know of.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Not against attackers I can't see.
Iski,
Rip.
Iski,
What?
you have that ability to,
I do?
yeah, remember?
No.
To catch an arrow midair.
Well, then I'm gonna do that.
Cool.
How many do I get to catch? All of them that are falling on me? How
You
many
get to
are falling
reduce
on me?
damage by a certain amount.
Well, then I need to do that.
It
Pronto.
should be in the book. Look up your monk abilities in the book.
This might take a minute, gang.
How did they catch those arrows?
I'm looking it up too.
With their hands.
Okay.
I thought you had uncanny dodge, by the way, Raven.
I do, but it only works against
Enemies you can see.
as a reaction. I can have the damage of an attack from an attacker I can see.
You could see the arrows incoming. You knew they
Yeah?
were incoming. Yeah, that's
Okay.
why I asked if you had the ability.
I will accept that then. I didn't think it applied, so that just halves the damage. Cool.
Deflect
Okay.
missiles?
Yeah, that's the one.
Damage you attack. Wait, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier plus your monk levels.
Yep.
Okay.
So roll a d10.
Nine.
Plus your level 5, so 14. And your dexterity is plus 2?
Yep.
16. So you take 16 less. As the arrows start raining down, you see them at the last second. You don't stop all of them. Raven, you as well. Notice them. You roll out of the way and use a tree. You catch some that scrape across your shoulder, side, and leg as part of you is protruding. Iski, you notice at the last second, throw your hands up in front of you and just start essentially punching arrows out of midair. With it ending where a few of them have embedded themselves into your arm and hands.
Oh.
One of them piercing through your right hand. Snap it and pull it out, leaving a little bit of a hole there from where it cut its way through, but far less than it could have been, mostly deflecting it with your scales. The rest of you continue to run into the forest as you hear arrows falling again behind you into the woods, though further and further out of range as you meet up together with Zangulus. It now the noonday sun, slightly early afternoon now, overhead, breathing heavily, realizing that could have been far, far worse than it was, but they are alerted to the presence of someone being here. And with that, that's where we're going to end this episode of Bad Rolls. You're going to have to tune in to the next one to find out how they handled the situation of
Kill everyone!
the bandits being found
Run away.
and now being alerted to their presence because they weren't quite as sneaky as they'd hoped to be.
Man.
We tried.
You did. You actually did try to sneak, and then you actually tried to hide the bodies and do those things. Though, a 1 on a performance check to make an animal call, that tends to make things go a little bit interesting.
Caw-caw!
Caw-caw!
I'm not gonna take a single blame for anything that happened in this event.
For once, you are not the culprit.
Oh wait, how long does that last?
The cone of silence.
No, not the cone of silence. That's 1 minute, I know. But the
No, that's
minor
10
illusion,
minutes.
The cone of silence is 10.
I mean, that's fair.
Minor illusion's 1. That's right.
Yeah.
And the sphere of silence. Yeah, that's 10. If only the sphere of silence was there when he tried to caw.
Yeah.
Caw.
Oh, you have to love when a 1 pops up at the perfect moment, though.
That one, though.
Mhm. That was great.
Makes things interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Still want to kill that giant.
Hey, at least they
Figure it out.
didn't see who it was as far as you know.
A
As
giant
far as you
goose.
know, it was only the 3 that saw who it was. So they just know as far as you know, the 4, they just know something happened. Or did people see you and you just don't know it yet?
They don't know how many of us possibly, if they did see
We'll
us,
find out next week
because they only hit 2 people.
on Bad Rolls.
You know, if none of them saw you.
Do we have an artwork plug to do?
Yeah, I'll do the plug. So if you guys enjoyed yourselves, you guys want to draw badass art of Iski punching arrows out of the sky, or of Flint going caw caw from behind a tree, we want you to do that. In fact, we want you to do it so much we are doing a contest. So if you guys want to post your fan art with the hashtag and tag of Bad Rolls, or on Twitter, or you can post it in our Discord, group Discord, for fan art at the fan art page. You will be entered to win a secret prize, and it's so secret that most of us don't even know what it is. However, that being said, this is not a contest of artistic ability. It is a contest of standards yet to be determined. But it's the most awesomest fan art.
It's the sense of love and
Hmm.
drama or comedy and capturing the moment more than it is, oh, I can draw this better than someone. No, it's your love for the cast and the show. That's what you want to present.
Yeah. Don't enter. You're not going to enter because there's already an awesome artist who's done an awesome picture. No. That's not what it's about.
We want all your art, no matter what skill level.
So screw that guy. You can steal your art.
Exactly. So from all of us here, and Bad Rolls to you, enjoy your week. See you next Saturday. Try not to roll any ones.